probably their big damage dealer as well.
EG,
I mean, unless this is like a mid Kunkka or something crazy.
5 seconds remaining.
mid one, mid Kunkka? I'll be down for that.
Yeah.
But
EG go Lycan, they get their building hitter.
Yep, this is a hero that they picked up 2 wins on yesterday. One of RTZ's most comfortable pick. In fact, he played it back in the days where he played mid Lycan, and then roams in the jungle like 5-6 minutes into the game. But obviously, different time for a different day. But in this particular game, I'm not sure if you want a Lycan, right? Spearbreaker with the Iron Shell is gonna get up in your face. Your supports can't really help you out. I'm a little bit fearful for the Lycan. Now he does have the passive regen from his Pharaoh Impulse.
Their lineup is super tanky now, like especially with heroes like Earthshaker of the the HP talent. Just
which lineup? They're both super tanky. The way
well, I'm looking at EG with the Lycan and the Hal as well.
Okay,
like they're very sustainable as a team. So
that is true.
Not to mention tons of kind of like heroes that can just jump in and take those brawls. I think that is also like where Secret are most comfortable as a draft. Secret do seem a little light on the reliable crowd control though. There's Fissure, there's the Burrow Strike. Meanwhile, you have
Vacuum Torrent Bolt.
Yeah, it's like,
that's a wombo combo.
If unreliable though, if you hit the combo.
The Vacuum Wombo combo sounds really good on paper until you realize Kunkka has a lot of like delay between his spells. He X and then he waves the sword a bit, the torrent comes out.
Get that Aghanim's for the Kunkka? the double vacuum?
Maybe down the line. But the important point to mention is that this is a lot of time for Shaker or Sand King to easily disrupt that kind of chain of spells coming out from Kunkka with the long-range Fissure or long-range Burrow Strike. So that's going to be something that we have to watch out for. Team Secret, if they could get an Aether Lens on Kunkka, I think their team fight will kind of increase in effectiveness, drastically in fact. And we're going to see...
Oh, wow. I basically look at this game, like, going into that last pick, Lumi, there's like 8 melee heroes. Weaver is very short range. Batrider is basically in the middle of the fight. So already Earthshaker and Sand King are amazing. Now you have an Enigma. Like, all of the Secret heroes need to be in the middle of the fight right now. Maybe Kunkka can sit back and throw out nukes, but ideally you want to be running at people with Ion Shells, and that is what Enigma punishes perhaps better than anyone else.
But can we talk about the lanes real fast?
Yes. Let's talk about the lanes.
Is this a mid-shaker, right, from
I guess
Sumail?
It's looking like a mid-shaker, a safe lane Lycan, I guess?
Yeah, you have Universe on the Batrider, you have Zai on the Enigma?
Is it jungle Enigma then?
Yeah,
I mean, we have seen, I think you do try to jungle Batrider one time. Was it at MDL? Yeah, I mean,
it's... Crit Sand King, it's just
it's
like
a little
all
greedy.
over the place.
The lanes are going to be a little weird for EG, but can Secret punish it is the question.
Ooh, okay.
They want to try. This to me is we see you being a little greedy with your picks. We want to be active, roaming early, running at you quickly, and not letting EG's farm machine kick in.
Well, here's the thing. I think Sumail in particular is going to have a very tough lane now. The last pick of the Clinks is going to dominate Sumail in the mid lane. Normally, when that situation happens, you're like, okay, support's going to rotate and help. But you have a level 1 Sand King, and Universe looks like Batrider is...
It is
or they're swapping it around. Jungle Batrider?
I think so.
Okay. Now that makes the lane a little bit better. Like, you could go into mid lane and napalm him a little bit, but still, I think mid 1 is going to dominate Sumail here.
On paper, I think Secret's draft could completely run over EG because they come online so early, right? As soon as you have a couple points in Ion Shell, Spirit Breaker's like level 2 to 3. He starts running at you with the Darkseer, double Ion Shell. You can at least force these heroes off lanes, cut creeps, maybe kill them. Clinks, as soon as he hits like that level 6-7 area, he can start punishing heroes that are off in the jungle farming. Weaver obviously can apply pressure in the lanes. But I also feel like Secret have to get a lot done in that stage. If this turns into a longer war of attrition, a farm war, if EG are allowed to group up, get their key levels and items, good luck taking team fights against them. Good luck stopping them from taking Roche or a tower.
Yeah, I think you made a critical point where is that Secret has the lineup to go ahead and stay ahead, but they have to do that. Look at how much base defense they have, or rather how little base defense they have. What is the game plan when Lycan is munching your tower? Sieging tier 3, you have a core and a Clinks. Very good offensively taking the tower, but less so in terms of defending. That's indeed what Team Secret will do.
So YapzOr will be TPing out top to start things off as Team Secret look to get their early wards down. Secret, as mentioned, I would say it's at least they at least need one game this series. I would say that's a must. Ideally, you want to. If they go 1-1 against EG, then ideally they're looking at 2-0s against their last two opponents, Liquid and Fnatic, in order to finish with a 9-7 record. Now that's a tall task. So you lose 2-0 here, you're in a lot of trouble. So Secret definitely looking for that first game. Perhaps this could be it, as Puppey will get his wards down. Same already done by EG.
Yep. Now, one thing you touched on towards the end of the draft is that EG does want to go sort of late. With their Enigma last pick, there isn't really a reliable way to cancel the Black Hole. Yes, the Adaptive Strike can go through it, even through the BKB. But like you mentioned...
Adaptive Strike?
Sorry, the Nether Strike.
It's like, okay.
Adaptive Strike, a very different hero on a different spell.
We just had the time travel hub, and I'm wondering if like there's some glitches in the continuum, and this is actually TI2.
We're playing that mode where you could draft different spells on different heroes. I don't even know what that mode is called. Anyways, my point I was trying to make is that Nether Strike will cancel the Black Hole through BKB, but the problem with that is Spirit Breaker is likely to be in the middle of the fight as the fight begins, right? So I'm not sure how reliable that plan is for Team Secret.
The lanes will get started here. The last time we saw the Sumail Shaker mid, it was in a melee versus melee matchup. It looked like a last-minute audible when they did that as well, and it completely crushed the lane. But this time, Secret are prepared. They picked the Clinks, so not going to really be as easy for him to just come in and give him the totem.
Crit is going to help him out a little bit. A very interesting starting item here from mid one, Ring of Basilius. When's the last time you've seen somebody leave the base with the Ring of Basilius in a pro game?
Yeah, normally you complete it in the lane. That's a little unusual.
Oh, you can't complete in this lane, so I guess that explains a lot of that.
Perhaps worried about a courier snipe, so... And Crit starting off in the lane as the Batrider. This is what he did when he was playing the support Batrider previously. I think it was like a month or so ago. He spent a lot of time laning. He was really far behind, and he basically never came online because the rest of the team also had a tough showing early. So we'll see if things recover.
Crit just moving forward, trying to zone mid one out. Here comes a magic stick for mid one. So I wonder, seeing the magic stick, whether Crit says, okay, I've done my job. He's got a stick now, so my harass is not going to be too effective. I'll just leave. For now, he's going to napalm inside the trees to not give away the stick charges.
Pretty tough matchup for the Shaker, right? Like, you really, if there's no Batrider here and you've got the threat of that turret coming in, the Clinks is just peppering you with searing arrows from range. Like, you're never getting close to him without help. I
mean, that's why the Bat is here, right? If you look at the CS, like, he's actually leading in terms of CS, 8-3 to the 4-0 of Clinks. So far, the game plan for the laning stage for EG is looking pretty good.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of CS. Of course, their supports are not having the best time, especially Crit, but Sankeen's starting to jungle now. Zai did grab the level 1 Sandstorm, and you can see already some stacking happening here for Crit. Runes are about to spawn, and it will be a double damager in top. YapzOr are going to lay claim to that. So, actually going to let mid one grab it. So yeah, EG actually doing pretty well here early. Like, for me, the big move that will probably decide the mid game and the course of this match, is, assuming nothing crazy happens in the lane stage, Lumi, is that jungle invasion. Do they get early towers? They are looking for the first blood here. Diving Arteezy, MP pressuring him. Does it? The Sakuchi cooling down, but Zai stands strong and forces them back. Takes over the lane, at least for now, giving Arteezy a chance to salvo.
On paper, I think EG does have that early game push, like you're mentioning. They have Eidolons, they have Wolves, Howl on the Eidolons. That's a lot of burst damage that you can put on buildings. I really like the fact that Puppey is down here. He did not start in this lane. But it is important, because I don't think the Weaver by himself could keep down the Lycan. Lycan sitting at 4 HP regen per second will likely level Pharaoh Impulse up again. I don't think Weaver could actually pierce through that much regen. So it is important for Puppey to walk up here, give him the 17% a little bit, and pressure Arteezy. Because you would love to trade farm as a Lycan here against a Weaver.
Sumail, yeah, seeing like a boss. You know, you'd think the Clinks can really harass and slow down the Shaker. Not the case. 20-7 already.
Yeah.
Well, that matchup is not really working out as intended for Secret, especially considering they committed the Kunkka. Meanwhile, KheZu breaking relatively even here against Universe, getting out-denied a bit. But there is not like a clear lane win happening around the map right now for Secret, which, again, it makes it more and more about that jungle invasion.
Right.
And that early pressure when EG try to play a little greedier.
And the narrative we had during the draft is that Secret needs to pull a little, slightly ahead, right? Because they picked heroes like Klinks to be the cores. We're going to see a charge happening in the mid lane, but likely just a harassing one.
I think EG is very comfortable with the way these lanes are unfolding thus far.
Oh, for sure.
Any adjustments from Secret that you would like to see, Lumi?
I don't think there's any kind of big lane swap that you could do to kind of salvage any lane. I think it's kind of unfortunate how the lanes are going, and they need to just pick up kills with YapzOr as well as Puppey, which unfortunately for them, they are unable to pick up any, because Sand King and Batrider are some of the tougher supports that you could roam on right now.
Oh, that Sand King just continuing to sandstorm away in the woods while Puppey scouts out crit. Both supports trying to farm the jungle now. This would ideally be around the time when you want to start striking if your team's Secret, but Klinks is not ready for that yet. He's only level 4. The Weaver, same thing, only level 4. So at best they can probably do is leech. They think about bringing in YapzOr, but he has second thoughts and rotates back towards bottom. So Secret just idly, for now at least, standing by while EG continue to play their greed game.
Sand King making the rotation up top, sneaks past behind some tree line.
Sumail's in a little bit far here. Could be an opportunity. Charge coming in. Puppey wants to go. He gets the bash. YapzOr's in position, but mid one didn't like the look of that dive. He backed off. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Zai committing and will find KheZu. That's the first blood.
Yep.
He was farming, but he quickly leaves the lane. And that is the beauty of how EG like to play, is that they seem to balance that greedier farming play with like making just enough moves to apply pressure and, you know, relieve some from the lanes for their cores.
It's just really hard to play against this playstyle by EG because their supports are constantly missing off the map. And then as Secret, you're like, okay, are they jungling or are they just ganking me? And, you know, this charge happening.
Torrent, and then the follow-up charge. Burrow out. Can he get away? Surging forward, but the Spirit Breaker stunned. Malefice preventing him from getting maximum value out of that surge. Can't even get onto the Sand King in a 3v2. They fall short. Another disappointing outcome for Secret. And oh, more pain. Salt in the wound now as mid one gets fissure blocked away by Sumail. Snags that prized taste rune. Klinks is caught up in CS, so that is some good news for Secret. But still only even with the Earthshaker, not ahead as you would like.
Yeah, and Shaker hitting level 6 is going to be huge, especially with the haste rune. I'm going to look for a Sand King rotation here from Zai. They could easily pop that haste, walk up with the Echo Slam, and then set up a Burrow Strike, and that is a dead Klinks. In fact, I think Klinks probably should start jungling and give the lane to YapzOr, because that gank is extremely, extremely likely.
Puppey's going to make his next move, this time towards bottom. Looking to dive Arteezy. Ideally, you'd love to see that Spirit Breaker moving with the Ion Shell on him, but not going to be happening this time. Arteezy hugging the tower, playing defensively, does get charged, but Zai's already ready to cut this off. Gets the 2-hero Burrow, kills off Puppey, punishes him for his insolence. And mid one has to back away, so they commit both cores to this rotation. They're two beefy carries, and they might lose one of them here. Mid one and Viz, do they have detection?
No, they don't.
Doesn't look like it, but nonetheless, EG wasting a lot of Secret time, coming out on top in these exchanges.
Yep. Having this ward in the river, very common one at this stage of the game, but seeing the charge from Spirit Breaker is the reason why they were able to make that rotation as cleanly as they did.
Where are the weak points in EG right now? Secret can't seem to find any. They're going to charge in mid. They look for Sumail, but the Echo interrupts the charge. Get the hell out of here, Puppey, he says. A fairly big cooldown expended, but of course keeping himself alive means the phase boots can come out, or perhaps he'll just save and go directly into the Blink Dagger.
Likely gonna see in phase first. Yeah, he has it finished. And then most likely we're gonna go into the Blink next. No surprising build whatsoever. Still has a haste rune though.
I wonder if EG look to make a move with that. No smokes currently. And now the charge will be attempted on Universe. And this is the tricky thing for Secret, is Puppey's really got his work cut out for him, Lumi. Like, wherever you charge, there's so many heroes that can interrupt it. Universe can Malefice you, the Sand King can Burrow Strike you, the Earthshaker can Fissure. We saw yesterday the Flame Break did interrupt the charge, so while it doesn't cancel TPs, I guess it still works against charge. There's a lot of ways to disrupt this initiation from Puppey.
I think that really the big problem for Spirit Breaker is that the lanes on its own are not winning. when you have advantage lanes, the lanes by themselves are already putting so much pressure, and then the Spirit Breaker could be so mobile across the map and apply even more pressure at these pressure points. The problem is, Secret are essentially losing all 3 lanes, and what we saw yesterday when I believe it was, I want to say, Execration that picked Spirit Breaker, exact same situation. Spirit Breaker by mid-game just felt like it wasn't even a hero, it was just a big melee creep. Couldn't apply any pressure anywhere, didn't do anything, and just quickly fell off. And I can't feel, but that's the same situation happening out for Puppey right now.
This is around the time where I thought Secret would want to really start taking over the map, invade the Radiant jungle, try and take a tower down early, shut down all the farming patterns. But Arteezy is farming freely in the woods for now. Crit looks like he's headed back to the woods, already hit level 5. Universe uncontested in the top lane. Closing in on his Midas, has the gold now for it. Sumail having a whale of a time in the mid lane, so just still trying to find really even that first slight crack of an opening, and they just can't seem to do it. And in fact, they might not get one now, as EG are showing signs of a 5-man rotation towards the top lane. The warding has been impeccable. I mean, you mentioned the 1 ward bottom. They might be able to get Sumail here, though. This could be huge. He's a bit isolated from his team. The lone cow could be punished. Charging from Puppey, gets the bash, needs a little bit more. Kunkka coming in with the torrent as well, trying to lock him down. They need that shaker. He walks back in. He gets up the echo. He gets up the totem. He's gonna kill mid 1. Oh, not good. Not good for Secret. Stays alive. Sumail, the cojones on this one. That is painful, Lumi.
Dude, the man up. Like, he knew he was going to die if he tries to run anyway, so might as well fight for his teammates available. Zai, to me, MVP so far at every single fight to just counter-initiate. Man, you said yesterday we need, what is that, the Spidey Sense Award for players?
Yeah, we were joking, you know, like if there were new hexagons nowadays, you know, maybe one of the categories would be Spidey Senses.
And man, the Spidey Sense on Zai.
EG is like you know, their MMR might be a little bit lower than Liquid's, but right now I'm feeling like their Spidey Senses is pretty
on top of things, for sure. Yeah. So
they do seem to have Secret figured out a little bit this game. Like, the warding position has been perfect, the rotations have been on point, and they're also out farming them all the while. So.
Middle, we're going to see YapzOr on the run here. Charge is going to come through here from Puppey. It looks like he will be fine. And this goes back to something I mentioned during the drafting stage. Now, as the mid-game approaches, you're seeing a level 6 Kunkka, barely going to pick it up, and then a level 4 Spirit Breaker. These two supports really want to be like 7 or 8 by this point, or soon after.
They want to have a kill.
Yeah,
like
they want to get something done.
You don't pick Clinks and Weaver as your cores and Spirit Breaker Kunkka with a Darkseer to not have kills, but finally they'll get one. Universe taken down top. There's an early hood pickup here for KheZu, and there's a lot of magic damage on EG.
For sure.
And the silver lining for Secret is that while all these shenanigans were happening up towards the top side of the map, they did finally take that bottom tower. That, to me, is actually extremely important. These outer towers, probably more so than the kills, cutting down on where EG feels safe to farm when they have 5 heroes that are great at it is a huge way to limit their economy heading into the mid-game.
I think taking the mid tower would be more important to the point that you made. If you could invade their jungle with the mid tower down, that's much, much better. But beggars can't be choosers. They are down, and maybe... One thing that Kling's lineups can do is you could just backdoor tier 1 towers. Your damage output is so high. Maybe not with the level 1 strafe, but maybe in a couple of minutes he could start thinking about that.
It's going to go back for a Midas here. So mid 1, not trying to rush the Desolator, got the casual medallion. It's the value damage / potentially Roche item if they have a really decisive team fight. But the key for Clinks has always been stay off the map. You know, constantly farm the jungle, be a threat to gank, try and force your opponents by your absence to clump up, to farm less freely. And mid 1 definitely doing a good job of that right now.
Oh, I think.
But you also have to balance that with, you know, actually getting some farm. You can't just constantly not be farming it off the map.
Look at the 3 hits, chunking crit down. The charge is going to get cancelled. I think that was a miscommunication from Secret.
Puppey was charging, and now the Blink Dagger reveal. Echo comes in, but that Clink's pretty tanky. Not the easiest takedown, and will be alive. YapzOr there to break the lasso. Nicely played, and now trying to run away. The charge through. Puppey pile drives crit back. Just leave my pesky Bone Fletcher away, he says. But, oh, Spirit Breaker going to go down here. As Sumail comes in for round 2, Fisher's there, traps in mid 1, almost but not completely. He squirms away. Clinks has been losing weight, what little he has left, and now Zai low in the river, but EG only losing the bat as a trade for the Spirit Breaker. That was the Blink debut. Could have been worse, and you know, I think does showcase one of Klinks' strengths, that he has a deceptively tanky core.
He also had the bow buff on him, which made him super tanky. Oh, first kind of slight victory here for Team Secret. Although did not get any towers or objectives out of that, and that's going to be the game plan for Secret for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Get a small kill here and there, pressure towers, because we know the economy game for EG is just much better. They got the Enigma, they got the Midas running. He's approaching to level 15.
Oh,
top gank.
Look at mid one. Guarding MP here.
Top
There's
gank.
a top gank.
Yep.
We'll take down Puppey. Everyone constantly trying to deal with this Batrider, and his persistence pays off. Gets the kill. That might be the mid tower. That would be huge. He's going to Trelay into it now. Strafe not available. Already used it for the kill. Those Searing Arrows do quite a bit of work. EG, have to imagine, will be
They're
coming
smoking
straight
down
to defend this. They're walking through a scan, though. They were clipped by it. It's a secret. Should know this is coming. They back away. They look for the reset. And one using that medallion to help him farm Ancients.
Once again, I think we're going to set up a gank here on KheZu up top. No shapeshift this time.
Sumail does not have Echo yet. He's going to try to start with an Enchant Totem. Fissure comes through, hits the Darkseer. That's not the target he wants. Now the Enchant Totem back on the Spirit Breaker, but I think the jig is up, and Sumail wants to get the hell out of dodge. Still, though, tanking some Searing Arrows. Dropping low. He's still extremely durable, but pulled back into the vacuum. The boat, the pain for EG as they lose two critical teamfight heroes.
That is the Wombo combo that we're talking about, and man.
To think I doubted it, Lumi.
Yeah, YapzOr has been on point. As soon as he got that level 4 X marks a spot, it's just X non-stop, and it's just beautiful for these kind of small skirmish. We do see mid one backdooring the tier 1 as Puppey pushes crit away.
It is really, so much of the game is about this tower and that tower top. Taking those down opens the way to Roshan.
Yep.
It allows them to invade EG's jungle. Like, that is, if you were writing a script for Secret, those would be the two most important things, the Roshan and these tier 1s mid and top.
We're going to see that fight one more time, and look at the beauty that is the vacuum torrent boat combo. You used to make highlight videos, or we're not going to watch that anymore because there's a fight in the river as we have Batrider getting cleaned up.
Crit is getting punished a lot. He's been, you know, running around on his own, trying to be that, you know, roving X Factor that can set up ganks or at least assist his teammates when they're being dove, but it's tough to get away with that against the Klinks. Mid one's constantly tracking him in the river.
Klinks in a Spirit Breaker.
He's also setting up vision for the charges, so it's a nice little synergy between these two heroes that Secret have been able to exploit.
I mean, he's playing on the Batrider, but assume he's kind of on like a Crystal Maiden or Venge row, right? Like, you're just playing the 5, you're trying to ward and create space for your team, and that's going to happen against these two very aggressive roamers.
As you can see, mid one again tracking. Zai is the next to be caught out, and this is where having those towers down is oh so sweet.
But he's charging through a ward, so Zai is aware of this situation.
But doesn't matter. MP's going to get onto him. No teleport scroll on Zai. This could be trouble even without the Spirit Breaker actually connecting. One Searing Arrow, almost half his health down. MP wants to chase. He's committing for this. It's going to take a couple volleys of auto attacks to get the job done. He time lapses out. Not quite in time.
Meanwhile,
and now MP in danger. He's on the run.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker charged through an entirety of EG, so he just died, and now they're going to try to cut down EG. What a visual block! Traps MP in. Sakuchi's down, no time lapse, and he's going to get burned down. Vacuum Pull, Torn, huge Echo Slam to take down the Weaver. The boat's going to come in. They will take down RTZ as a trade. Can they get a little bit more? YapzOr getting in position here for more X.
Looks for the X.
Glimmers himself, finds the X here on Sumail, and will connect the Torrent.
Universe does have Black Hole along with the Blink. Secret got to be careful not to group up. YapzOr sitting back, wants to interrupt, and it is just in time. He is able to do so now. Jumping forward, Puppey commits onto Sumail. Sumail's in trouble being overrun. EG's position has been completely compromised. 3 down.
Wait, how did that Black Hole? How did that Black Hole cancel?
I believe it was YapzOr just quickly.
No, he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, I think he saw YapzOr, was like, okay, well, there must be a torrent coming, but there wasn't anything, so he canceled it himself, because the X-Torrent came after the Black Hole got canceled onto the other targets.
Well,
now, granted,
we'll see if we have a chance for a replay here, but either way, the push is on. Secret working on the tier 2 tower. They're going to take this down. The way to Roshan is certainly looking a lot more open now. The Desolator under construction momentarily for mid 1.
Oh, we're going to get the replay. X-Torrent back.
Yeah, so starts the fight on Sumail. Set this up with like a Glimmer walk in, then Puppey gets in, the Black Hole comes through, and
he just...
does the vacuum by KheZu maybe?
It could be. You're right.
I'm not sure.
I'm not... There's a lot of purple in there, so...
Yeah, and in any case, great fight by Secret. They get some key kills. They're also not allowing EG to set up their full combo, and they're taking these early scrappy fights. That is what you want to be doing if you're in their position.
And they're getting objective off of these fights, which is important for Secret. Again, they cannot play on the back foot. EG's got the better late game, they got the better scaling hero. And for now, Secret should start to look at Roshan. Keep in mind they do have the medallion on mid one, and they have nothing but burst physical damage, so Rosh would be very easy.
EG trying to calm down here, reset for the next fight. But the vision is starting to become a problem for them, as constantly Secret know when EG are off in the jungle farming, and the greed is being punished. Charging for Puppey, looks for the lockdown, trying to cage the wolf, pumping in the Syrian arrow damage. Mid one scores the kill. And Secret find another.
Yep.
This is what the draft was designed to do, just take over the jungle, not allow EG to play their farm game, not allow them to group up for fights. And so far, mostly according to script, but Lumi, with a lineup like this for EG, one fight can always change everything.
And they have, you know, a
All the
wombo
tools.
combo of their own, right? Blink Black Hole with the Epicenter on top with the Echo Slam. EG rotating up top. You'd like to see Hero port back to defend, get the quick kill and push. And guess who's porting back? It's KheZu.
Not really the hero they want to go on. With a completed pipe, a mech almost ready. Actually, Greaves not too far off. He is an extremely tanky force. Basically a walking hospital for the squad.
Interesting to see YapzOr going for the Glimmer Cape and then into a Blink Dagger. Not the item progression that you see too often, but YapzOr loves these kind of high mobility items. Has been pretty much chewing on all the tomes as well.
Yeah, he's got, at this point, all of his key abilities fully leveled up. Max Torrent, Max X, 2 points in the boat.
Also the Torrent talent. Normally you see some of the greedier Kunkka going for the physical damage talent, so you could just neutral a little bit better, but...
That's playing into EG's hands, right?
Yeah,
you don't want to be spending too much time farming.
Yeah, like we've been mentioning, you know, they live and die by their skirmishes. They win those fights and get objectives. Surprised to see that Secret hasn't made a Roche attempt just yet. Maybe they're thinking about taking the mid tier 2 first, and then go back for it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's scary to walk into the pit. Even with the towers being down, EG are so good at fighting in those claustrophobic areas. So, Secret instead, they'll smoke. They'll look for an opening, but EG are playing this one safe. They tuck back behind their tier 2s.
They go for the Roche now, but Lycan has a wolf in it. RTZ on point here with his micro.
This is why in bygone days, teams always bought a gem.
And EG immediately
try and
smoke
deal
up.
with Lycan.
Puppey breaks the smoke though. Here we go.
Zai's in first, he gets the burrow, it's only on one, and not really the easiest target to take down, with KheZu having the mech, having the pipe, and the arrows come blazing in, taking out Zai quickly. RTZ tries to man fight, but that's not going to happen until Universe is there. The X was already committed, the vacuum though is there to cancel the black hole, and now Secret are on the warpath. They're going to turn for crit, they look to bring him down. Big commitment from Sunel, the totem will end MP. Still though, mid one stays alive. A 3 for 2, and it's with all the ults expended. They might lose Sumail. Oh. 2 more auto techs. YapzOr,
He's got X
not
again.
giving up the ghost yet. On the
wait.
chase, he didn't quite get it off in time.
He had a vision. He had a ward. I'm not sure what happened there.
I think he was mid-cast animation.
Yeah,
and he just blinked out in time, so it was truly a game of seconds there.
Well,
But they expended a lot of ults, and they did not win the fight. Round 2 at the Roche Pit should certainly be Secret favored.
yeah, Secret, mid one is going to death pack a big creep now. He's going to get a ton more HP. They're going to walk right back into it, pop the shrine along. I don't think EG could challenge it a second time. We're going to see that team fight one more time. The boat came out before the black hole did, so even though the black hole looked pretty good for half a second, nobody was losing any HP because of the boat buff. And RTZ was just taking way too much physical damage. The X and the vacuum dealing with Universe.
Yeah, KheZu really came up big in that fight as well. Also, they initiated on the Darkseer with a pipe and Greaves. Like, that is not the best hero to start the fight on. EG still want to contest this, though, but Zai will be ushered away. Puppey's there with the charge. No siree, he says. Gets the bashes. Now the boat coming in.
Ooh.
Actually connects on Zai. The Urn's there as well, but he's going to shrine up. Gets back to safety. And I think this has probably been one of the most interesting developments to me over the last 6 months is that no team gives up Roche for free nowadays at TI. Like, even if they're down 10, 15k gold, unless they are physically being pushed away from the pit, there's always someone with a Blink Dagger or Storm or another mobility here who's like trying to sneak in, especially if they're support. And like, even if they probably die 9 times out of 10, that 1 out of 10 where they snatch the Aegis, teams have decided it's worth the risk.
For any game that is like close in contention, that's definitely the case. I remember we were casting the Cloud9 game yesterday. They were down by like 20k. They gave up the rush. they weren't finding that one, but
we didn't cast Cloud9 yesterday, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah.
Cloud9. Or was it maybe the day before?
Yeah, I think it was the day before.
Okay, but I completely agree with you. Like, you don't give up Roche for free, especially the second one, giving the cheese. How many times have we seen like a Roshan being done by one team, and then the other team steals the Aegis and cheese, and the game just completely turns on that point? So, meanwhile, we got some Necro books being farmed on the mid lane.
So let's take a step back here. It's a moderate lead for Secret. They just got their prized Roshan. They denied EG. Overall game plan for Secret. Is there a timer on this team? What's their next objective? If they like had a script for how this game should play out from here, what would it be?
It's the same script. It's the same kind of fight, and you just keep bringing it to EG. You don't give them any breathing room. Your lineup is designed to apply pressure. I talked about Spirit Breaker as a pressure hero early on, and you just keep going. The Deso would help you take the objective on mid one, and they will likely finish the BKB first on Klings, and then start to try to finish the game. Whereas if you're EG fan, even though the game is currently not looking so well here for them, they still maintain high ground. They still maintain one of the best high ground defense with the BKB Black Hole, with the Bat Rider, and the Sand King. So I think both teams have a lot of ways to play the remainder of the game still.
Mid one banging on the front door as he lays into this tier 2. You can see Zai is trying to do his best split pushing job here top, but he is being charged by Puppey. He might not actually be able to TP out. It looks like he's in a lot of trouble as the sentry gets deployed. They're going to nether strike him back. YapzOr still in position. The damage is not the best from these two, but they slowly work the Scorpion down. He burrows again in the tree. Meanwhile, in the river, the real fight breaking out as they've tried to get the power play going here. EG, though, still losing their Enigma pretty early in the fight. Big commitment already. They dive MP. He scurries away. The Wolf's time is being wasted, and his ult's about to end as Puppey sees opportunity. Charging in, gets denied by the Fissure, but mid one with the cleanup. You know, EG are like, we have this 4v3 in the river. Let's go fight, but Secret are just too tanky and too elusive to consistently wrangle them. And not to mention, even if you do, they're usually not dying.
Yeah. I think the big problem that Enigma currently is facing is that, you know, when you see Enigma being picked, you're always like, okay, Black Hole, how's it going to get canceled? How many stuns can I BKB off? Things like that. But the other kind of more barbaric way to cancel Black Hole is just to kill them. And mid one is like, okay, every time I'm going to put my medallion on you, I'm going to strafe you, and you're going to just die. So Enigma normally likes to build things like Octarine and things like that, and he has one on quick buy, but I think maybe a plate mail into Shiva's Guard is perhaps more effective for a game like this.
I think what we're also seeing is just how integral the Darkseer and the way he's itemized has been to this game. Like, KheZu alone actually really punishes this 5-man combo with the Greaves, with the Pipe, and also just with the Darkseer's nature as a hero, the vacuum in the wall, excellent crowd control, and honestly, it makes it so that like EG is trying to play their game, and their game is not necessarily even that favorable for them.
Yeah, he
is like the one-man antidote to that combo.
It also helps that,
at least for now.
It also helps that EG is initiating onto the Darkseer on these fights, as opposed to, you know, on the other guys and try to kill them quick. But it's like, it's hard either way, right? Because if you don't kill the Darkseer, then he just mechs and pipes the rest of the team. So it's.
You mentioned the Necrobook. We haven't really had a whole lot of time to breathe the last couple minutes, but I wanted to get your thoughts because the build nowadays for most Legged players is mid one tries to set up here on Zai. Might be able to quickly kill off the Sand King. He is on the chase. The charge comes through. The Burrow Strike committed. So no way to interrupt this. They're going to pull him back with the X. The Torrent marks his demise. But yeah, this Necrobook build has really fallen off in popularity. It's all about Armlet Mask of Madness. So do you like the build? Curious why Arteezy went for it this game.
I mean, there's two Invis heroes on the other side. Just having the ability to have that detection always in team fights is quite good. But I do agree with you. I think the Mask of Madness Armlet build plays better when you're ahead. The Necrobook, I don't know, it just feels so weak, especially when you're behind like this.
It's obviously you're up against a Weaver and a Clinks, right? So that minus armor can be extra brutal. If you're running in and they're just hitting you with a Deso, a Medallion, like you're melting probably. But
X.
On the flip side, the Necrobook minions also seem to be getting crushed.
Yep.
Lynx is happy to chew those up. Speaking of
YapzOr
which,
has been missing a lot of his exposed combo, and now
but he has a BKB though. They've got to completely chain set him. The vacuum interrupts, and now mid one can turn if he needs to. Zai's low, the swarm hits him, and now Universe comes in. Decent to hero black hole. YapzOr doesn't have a whole lot to deal with this, but the Clinks is just dishing out damage into it. Still though, the team's getting overrun. Still is not BKB'd. Mid one's now lassoed and controlled. BKB finally comes out, but it only marks his tomb. Now YapzOr on the run. Oh, Secret. Not respecting the EG combo. They're going to lose a fourth as the Kunkka gets picked off to climactically end the fight.
yeah, Clinks got pushed away, and he didn't activate his early BKB. It made sense there because even if he activated BKB and went in a fight, Universe was waiting for the black hole. So good patience by mid one to wait out the black hole. But unfortunately, he didn't have enough damage to kill the Enigma. Enigma came in with full HP. We're going to watch that fight one more time as mid one is just getting heavily pressured. He walks away, could easily activate the BKB here, but keeps on walking away because he knows that Enigma is coming with a black hole. He waits out the black hole and then tries to kill him, but not enough damage. And great fissure here from the Shaker to break out his damage. I think had he activated the BKB to kill the Enigma, maybe that fight would have turned a little bit differently, but the rest of EG was coming in fast and hot.
I mean, I think you at least give it a shot. You know, maybe it turns out it's not enough damage, you still lose the fight, but you don't go for this item to like save it for a rainy day. Those are the crucial fights that can decide the game.
And you used it right before he died. That was a 10-second BKB, so that was
definitely unfortunate for mid one. But Secret, well, what was once that 4K gold lead that they scrapped and clawed to achieve, now basically a dead even game, and they'll have to reset. And we do see, you know, that's a fight where, well, it is hard to deal with the black hole now that Enigma's BKB. They've been able to cancel it pretty quickly in 2 fights, but nothing really, unless somehow the Spirit Breaker can get a charge in.
Right, or another strike again, like I mentioned earlier. Do you think that that's how this game's going to come down to? It's just like, how good are the black holes, how long he could channel it for?
Secret are hoping that they could play it in such a way that it doesn't, but I think
it kind of feels like
when
it does,
you've got
right,
veteran hands like Universes on the Enigma, it seems relatively unlikely he completely airballs those black holes. So I think it will certainly be one of the crucial factors that decides this game.
So we do see KheZu going back for a Helm of the Dominator. We seen a Darkseer, I think yesterday when we casted, went for this build. I mentioned how it's very easy to dominate a creep and then you could put the Iron Shell and then farm with it. The added benefit in this game is that you could have a creep with you all time for mid one to actually eat. And that's pretty critical in some of these team fights when they break out suddenly. The dominated creep also has more HP than the ones you find in the jungle.
That's a good, yeah, it seems like a really nice item synergy with the team's heroes.
There's like, it used to be a debate where if Clinks would even build a helm for himself. Obviously, when your teammates build it for you and just eat it, much better for the Clinks.
Reminds me of, wasn't there some crazy like 90-minute game last year in the group stage where, was it MVP? I think MVP got like multiple Helms of the Dominator, and then they would just like start, like, if you re-dominate a creep, obviously you lose the old one.
You disassemble it. Or,
well,
you put it down. You just put it down.
They would buy a new Dominator, and then they would just surround the throne with like all these Dominator creeps. They were slowly building their army of the undead, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that this game.
I would hope
famous last.
I would hope we see some 90-minute games. You know, I'm always down for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, then you'll perk up. That is, Lumi's not a big coffee guy, but that is
my natural coffee. Yeah, 90-minute games.
Well, we're a third of the way there. As EG venture outside the base, they might be walking into.
Look at what YapzOr's got queued up. I know you kind of brought up as kind of like a semi-joke, but he's got Axe queued up. Have you seen those highlight reels where like the Kunkka blinks next to a team and then like bolt backwards, and then it's just like a vacuum bolt towards the team, and then likely there's a torrent waiting, there's, you know, a vacuum wall waiting. We're gonna see some highlights.
You gotta put the shades on as you do that. Put your other eye patch on.
Oh, well, that would impair your vision. How about you do it first, and then as it's going, then you put the shades on.
They're gonna try to start the fight on Puppey here. Fissure comes in from Sumail. The Yule Scepter to interrupt this chain of initiation. Now the Enchant Totem comes through, but they get scared and they back away as the Black Hole's committed, but it's on a BKB. Clinks, he's not taking too much damage. They can look to turn this. Chunking down Universe. Mid one gets his vengeance. Now turning on the Batrider as well. He pressed his BKB. And Secret will deny EG here. Zai comes in late, and he'll likely be the third down if YapzOr can get him, but he doesn't have the mana. It's Puppey charging through, connects on two. Also finding Sumail in addition to Zai. They'd love to grab additional kills, but even more than that, they would love to take this Roche. So you can see they all frantically scramble about, and then they say, yeah, let's get it, Aegis.
Yep, the buyback had to be expended for that engagement. Puppey was in a great position charging back into the fight. Unfortunately, the rest of his team was on the high ground, so they could not take advantage of the fact that he was chain stunning essentially half the team by himself. Still though, Secret wins the team fight. They get Aegis and Cheese, and you know, they could kill mid one once. I don't know if they could kill him twice. Although the second time would be easier because he likely would not have a death pack.
Or BKB.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if they can pull it off. They're down a black hole now, though. It is a pretty good time to push. However, beware the Echo Slam, which is still available for Sumail to deploy. As EG are going to tap the Shrine, try and stay in fighting shape. They now make their move, jumping onto mid one. They want to crack him and break that Aegis early, and he will lose it. He was compromised up on the high ground. Really could have sat farther back.
Double dust flying out. They're going to try. The boat's going to rescue them, but Burrow Strike from Zai is available. They want him, and they are going to get him, lasso him back, and that is going to be killed through Aegis. And now EG, one of the best chasing team in with the Lycan, they will take down Puppey as well. That is a dieback. My man, mid one, why was he like, he was next to the melee racks trying to hit people.
All right, well, he does actually have buyback, but yeah, that is a double death. I'm not really sure. I think just a bit over-eager. They didn't need to kill heroes, right?
Yeah.
They could have just sat back. Clinks can strafe from distance. Weaver can plink. The rest of the heroes can wait and reserve, because the one thing that could ruin them, the Blink, Black Hole, BKB, is not available.
Right.
So if they go in for a lasso, like the Darkseer can counter-initiate, the Kunkka can X you back. There's really no... You can approach that very systematically, in a very organized fashion, but they chose instead to just rush headlong into the base.
Yep.
It's kind of the nature of how you want to play with a Spirit Breaker and with these heroes outside, but I don't think it's how you approach the siege.
Not high ground, which surprises me greatly. This is a Puppey-led team. Like, this is the one point in the game where he's generally very good, you know, slapping his team a little bit. Don't go crazy, you know, systematic siege, and then this happens.
We do not encourage any physical violence.
We do not.
But
that was a metaphoric backslap, you know. It's just like, hey, make sure we don't do anything throwy. That is a huge throw, in my opinion. A game that looked like very winnable in that position.
It's only a throw if they lose, Lumi. It could be a huge throw. Okay.
I mean, now EG's got their black hole back. They got all of their spells back. Let's check if they have any smokes ready to go. Nothing on the heroes yet. I'm not sure if EG is out of smoke in their shop either. So that is going to be the next point of contention.
Is there a point where it's just like too late for Secret? Do you feel like it's at some stage of this game, EG, once they get enough items, enough levels, are just too strong in the late game? Or do you feel, no matter how late this game goes, that Secret's lineup always can match up?
I think Secret's definitely got at least 10 to 15 more minutes. I think once EG, if they start itemizing for some hard way to kill the Clinks, whether it's like, let's say, Abyssal Blade on RTZ or a Hex coming out from one of these like rich EG cores, then I think that gets like super hard for mid one and the rest of the Secret. But for now, they still have a couple of team fights left.
Secret desperately in need of a 2-0 to start the day. Still looking for that first game victory here. It's been back and forth, but for the first time in a long time, it is an EG advantage now. Up by a bit over 1,000 gold. Hugging their base, playing it safe, but while most of the team is camped inside the base, you'll notice, like we saw earlier, Sand King was split pushing top. Right now, Batrider is deep in the dire tree line all the way to the north. So EG is always sending some sort of expedition out to keep the lanes pushed, to cut the creep waves, and to try and eke out a bit of farm. So it's not like total turtling, it's like, you know, a hybrid turtle farm strategy.
It is somewhat dangerous because, you know, we've seen Zai trying to do that earlier and then he's just charged. You know, there's a Clinks right on top of him. And speaking of Zai getting charged, that is exactly what's happening right now.
A long way to go for the smoke gank. Zai just wants to farm a wave. And he will blink out in time, but still Puppey gets in range for the Nether Stick. The burrow gets him out to safety. Zai coming out Clutch there, and now EG's turn to smoke. They'll make their move. Instant reply.
That is putting on the shades, escaping the gank. My goodness, the timing on that. Alright, here we go.
Perfect.
10 out of 10.
The Wolf is leading the scouting party as it tries to get eyes on Secret. Secret have to be careful about this initiation. They don't have a gem currently, and now in comes the Fissure to start the fight. Follow up onto the Darkseer. The Echo, they commit, they hole as well, and running into it is the Spirit Breaker who can interrupt it. Universe gets off a butte, and the Black Hole overwhelms. Now 4 have fallen, a complete rout of Secret.
And now they have enough damage to kill through the Darkseer. No pipe activation, no Grieve activation. They just changed them completely from 100 to 0. And it's EG going the other way.
Secret go on to lose this game. They're going to be kicking themselves. Missed opportunities, overextensions, mistakes that were avoidable will come back to haunt them. It's not over yet, but EG certainly want to make it so. They are barreling down mid while we watch the tail end of that fight.
Yep.
Just, again, the BKB, Blink, Black Hole, there is no real reliable reply, and 2 fights now, Universe has found an opportunity and taken it.
Yeah, Nether Strike was on cooldown. Remember, they used it on Sand King earlier, just before that fight happened. So that's why Universe had no pressure whatsoever.
And at some point, he's going to have a Lincoln Sphere, you know, if he feels like he is worried about that Nether Strike, at which point...
At this point, it doesn't seem like he's even worried. He hasn't even got cancelled.
So EG, they'll take the tier 3, the way to the shrines now lies open. And they're not going to overextend. They know the Black Hole's on cooldown. They will focus on securing map control as they have a little shrine pounding party.
Now, I don't need to
Shoot
tell
off
you...
some fireworks and then get the hell out.
I don't need to tell you that why map control is good, but in particular with the context of this game, keep in mind that Secret has been getting every single Roshan up to this point. Should EG be able to challenge and tech the next Aegis, I think that goes back to your previous question is when is the hard GG? That is it, right? If EG has Aegis, I don't think Team Secret could win the fight after that. So this past 5-minute turn of events, you lose one big fight, you lose your tier 3, you lose Shrine, you lose map control. Ice Frog forbids if they lose Roche, it is lights out for Team Secret.
Ice Frog forbids.
Well, you don't know what religion people are, but you know we're playing Dota,
I know what religion you are.
Yeah, there you go.
You believe in the one true frog.
You mean that OS Frog, boys?
No, not the OS Frog. The OS Frog is an imposter.
Oh, okay, I see.
The OS Frog is a lesser creature. The Ice Frog is the original, the great, the pure.
You know, no amount of
Ice
flattering.
Frog giveth, and Ice Frog
no amount of flattering
away.
will let you cast the grand finals, right? Like you could just keep talking right now. It's just not gonna happen.
It's all about that TI8 invite, Lemmy.
Okay.
I'm just starting my
Oh, I
campaign.
see.
I'm just starting my campaign.
Prepping ahead. I like that. I like that.
No, but EG, I think, you know, as we've kind of been touching on, we'll continue to reinforce throughout the game. There's no rush for them there's plenty of key items that they could still complete. Some damage items, perhaps, for Sumail, now that he's got all his utility. Zai, obviously, something like an Ags or Lotus Orb would be wonderful. Universe can get that Refresher or Lincoln Sphere. Crit, a BKB, and 4-staff. Eventually would be wonderful on the Bat Rider. Arteezy, some point you probably replace that Necro Book, still room for the Abyssal. There's lots of big items they can pick up, and they're in no hurry.
Yep.
Whereas Secret are feeling the pressure and feeling the heat.
Crit sending a beautiful spot to break any kind of smoke rotation into their jungle, and they're gonna just chill. Also, previously, EG was playing around the huge cooldown of Black Hole, but because he's got the 15% CDR talent and also the Octarine core, he's looking at a 102-second cooldown on the Black Hole, which is very respectable for such a game-changing ultimate. Also, side note, 60-second cooldown on Hannah Midas. Just 10 out of 10 as well.
The cooldown reduction is such a big deal, especially when you combine it with the Octarine. Like, it's not quite every fight, but it's in those late game scenarios. Oftentimes, like, you'll have to either take a Roche and then try to push a lane, or you know, just clear all the waves, push out the side lanes, then go down mid. You know, it takes a little while to get to your ideal staging point, and by that time, a lot of times the Black Hole's either ready or the fight can start, and it'll cool down in the middle of the fight. So, you know, that 100 seconds versus like the 3 minutes is, you know, a real game changer.
I have no idea why Enigma's talents are the way that they are now. It almost should be where you get the 120 gold or the 15% CDR at level 20,
Scanning.
and instead of at
Instead of-
15.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that those are a little more game-changing than the one Malefice instance.
Pretty, because getting the CDR at 15 means so much more, because you're gonna, the 15% CDR allows you Midas so many more times to get to the 20 and 25 and whatnot. But let's have that debate for a different day, as EG is.
We'll put our Enigma chop shop on hold as EG make their move through the river, lurking on the high ground.
Arcane Rift.
Our secret, and they were scouted by a Radiant Scan, but YapzOr's going to jump in first, tries to bait something out. Little X shenanigans for him. Now Sumail confidently lumbering up with the Shivas. Echo initiation, he gets the party started. Zai's there to follow up, look for the hole. He's got to find He gets 3! Universe, you monster! How could you? Puppey and all his monitors are in shambles. Secret on the run, completely overwhelmed.
He didn't get the Clinks, and he was taking quite a bit of damage, but his teams backed him up. They had a disarm, they had a Yules. Clinks did not do any damage in that team fight. And with a big win, EG goes straight for the Rax's backdoor protection, be damned. They don't care, they're going to run it over. They could go for the GG if they want. They're going to go for the safe triple lane of Rax, or just a second lane of Rax. And this is an EG victory any way that you toss it.
Stable, patient, and deadly late game. That was the EG draft, that was the game plan, and they executed it. Wasn't flawless, and I think you look back at this game, some of those key fights in the 20 to 30 minute range where Secret had a bunch of big successes, but then a few really critical mistakes. And perhaps that also speaks a little bit to the draft, Libby, where it's not that the draft couldn't work, but they couldn't afford to miss their windows.
Yes.
This EG lineup could make mistakes and still, you know, catch a second win, have a fresh take, and a new opportunity. Secret really didn't have too much margin for error.
Yeah, I think the Secret lineup is also, like you mentioned, just super hard to play. Much harder to play compared to EG lineup. And you make a mistake, you make 2 mistakes, that is tough. And the impossible or the improbable has happened. EG has Aegis now, so I don't know. We're going to watch the team fight one more time and just watch Enigma slowly lumbering forward. And
So Secret like, no, no, no.
it's the max range black hole. That's when you put the shades on. You know, it's like I got all 3, all at the corner.
Also, little things that helped there, like using the Clinks. He did not BKB again.
Disarming the
wouldn't have
Clinks.
mattered, to be honest. Like, that black hole was going to go off for the full duration anyway.
Yep.
But, you know, just all the little details were executed quite crisply by EG.
And now he has Blinken Sphere.
And also, the other really big thing is, you know, still even now, Secret do not have, as far as I can tell, a gem. I don't know if they've had one at any point. Maybe I think they might have lost one in that fight. But it seems like the Wolves are giving them the vision. Yeah, YapzOr did lose the gem there.
Yep.
But consistently, those Wolves have been uphill around corners, giving them vision that's setting up these fights, and that is really one of the hidden attributes that makes Lycan such a strong carry when he's in the meta.
Yeah, remember when when the game just begun, all of these Spearbreaker rotation have been spotted out and countered. We were talking about how EGA was playing very well with rotation. They're gonna go right into Crit. Crit has a self Yules.
Black Hole is ready again, though. The combo's available. They got to be careful about this. Puppey wants to back away, but the boat comes crashing in. What will it accomplish? Really nothing. It's a bit of a fail boat as EG just popped their BKBs and rained down pain. Applause for Zai patting himself on the back. And EG hot on the chase. Secret give up. They throw in the towel. Another loss for them, and a crucial one here. If they lose this game too, they are guaranteed to be no 8-8, and they have to then 2-0 Liquid as well as Fnatic. A very likely lower bracket berth awaits them, I think, at that point, Lumi. So trying to at least scrap a Game 2 win is essential for Team Secret.
And they had it this game. They were very close at one point. They had Aegis. They were up on the high ground, and I think high ground Dota is probably the hardest part of Dota. You could get ahead, but whether you could finish or not is a different story.
Close but no cigar. The boys in blue, well, they're happy now. 6-3. We'll be back for Game 2 after this.
Team secrets turn to ban.
from the other teams? Like perhaps Sumail playing it?
I can't.
EG
So
team
I'm
secrets
biased. I'm a
turn to
Pugna
ban.
fanboy. I would root for him to be a core hero every time, but and hell, I'd love to see Sumail play him. But
It's definitely a lot less risky.
yeah,
Oh, they played it 2 days ago, which is day 1. So let's quickly check it out. Sumail, middle, Pugna.
okay. Yeah,
Um,
I think it's his strongest position.
10
I
seconds remaining.
just think the experience is super useful for Pugna, as well as like, you know, it's so
5
easy to get to the enemy
seconds
tower.
remaining.
Like the distance is so short that you can get lots of damage on it relatively easily compared to some of the other lanes. So that would be my preference. But you know, I think that's the nice thing for EG is technically you're not entirely sure. It could be a support Pugna, could be a mid void, probably not. But you never 100% know.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I do notice about Zai's draft, and most of the other top teams draft these ways. They pick
EG
heroes that could go
turn
into
to pick.
multiple positions. It's almost always Sumail playing it now that I've checked a couple of replays that he has played in it, but Zai has also played it a couple of times. So again, versatile pick.
PL was the reply from Secret, as they will ban the Illusion Destroyers, the
seconds
Earthshaker, the Sand King. So I like those bans by Secret, because they can really
5
ruin a PL's
seconds
day.
remaining.
And with that, how good of a PL game is it? PL obviously can feast on a Pugna once he gets a Diffusal Blade.
Yes, and I think that is the primary reason they pick it up, because the Crab is such an annoying spell to... Because we saw throughout the tournament, it's been used as an offensive nuke, also a defensive save, so a lot of utility that you can have just on a Pugna, and PL says, no, we're going to shut that out of the window. Now, against Faceless Void, could be a different story. We do see some of the late game scenario where PL just goes onto the Void, burns all of his mana,
Team
and then you
secrets
just get the quick
turn
kill,
to
but
ban.
that's not till much later. And now we're going to see the EG hero that they selected a lot during day 1, the Zai Elder Titan. Walks in the lanes
Turn to pick.
and start stapling people with his big hammer.
Oh, the YapzOr Rubik comes out. I love watching YapzOr play Rubik. He is my new favorite Rubik player. I am unabashedly a huge fan of his Rubik, and I mean, I guess the question will be how good of a Rubik game
10
is it?
seconds
There's some
remaining.
okay spells to steal.
All of Void's spells are amazing to
5
steal.
Yeah, I mean,
remaining.
they are. I don't know how often he'll get to steal Chrono. Generally, Void
It's not...
tend to prioritize the Rubik fairly heavily if they're worried about it.
That's true. It's the way that Void normally plays. He time walks in Chrono, and if you're worried about getting a steal, you could just use the time dilation
right
after.
away.
Yeah.
I don't think it's with the new Void. I don't think it's as easy to steal as it used to be with when he had 2 abilities and 2 passives.
Right. And also, Elder Titan spells are kind of awkward to steal. Like you could, I don't know, steal a spirit, but then what are you gonna really do with that spirit? And we're gonna see Mirana as well. Now, normally Sumail plays.
So that's assume. Yeah, actually, is that how is it being played? Because normally it is Sumail and the Mirana.
I mean, I'm sure Arteezy could also play it.
It could be an Arteezy Pugna. We have seen a little safe lane Pugna here
Okay.
and there.
5
You know,
seconds
I wouldn't
remaining.
rule it out.
I'm still leaning on a Pugna mid and a Mirana safe lane.
Could be a Mirana support.
Sure.
Technically.
That is how drafts goes these days. You just don't know till the very end. In fact, sometimes you don't even know once you see all 5 heroes. As last game, they were swapping in and out. And
Who are you rooting for in the Arcana battle, Lumi?
I honestly don't care either way. I really love both of the heroes. I play both of the heroes.
I was rooting for Sniper.
Dirty, ho ho ha ha. I'm glad he didn't win.
He's just got the best voice, like the best voice work for me in the game. So many just incredibly obnoxious lines that always come out at the most chafing possible moment for your opponents. It's perfect for pissing people off. Like, you guys think the chat wheel's good. Sniper was the early beta of the chat wheel. Like, his entire voice,
okay.
all his voice lines.
I see. I'm a fan of the Luna voice work, selling some mayonnaise, getting in there. Team Secret looking for likely a carry and a secondary support. I'm assuming the PL is going mid, but obviously that could, be up in the air as well.
Whenever someone says Luna, I just think of how Toby says it. Lunar.
Lunar.
Tober.
Dota.
Doter. Triggered.
Alright, now you're getting me a little trigger right now. Let's
Secreter. Evil geniuses. Okay, let's stop. Marauder. Yeah, so fourth pick. What does Secret need here?
Turn to ban.
Let's see. It's
A
a Riki. Alright.
Well, right from the get-go, you get some very good ganks versus heroes like Faceless Void and Morana. Prevent that initial ability or the escape ability from coming out. We haven't seen a Riki for a while, I want to say. At least not any successful ones. I think Infamous has run it recently in the tournament.
So,
But
when you look at Riki, why Riki over Tree or I guess the other one that we saw 2 days ago was Bounty Hunter?
they want to apply pressure in the laning stage and force kills. Tree and Bounty, these are heroes that could help you harass, but they are not going to be able to kill Faceless Void and Morana. That is the primary advantage that you get from Riki. Also, Riki allows you to ward much easier in the lanes. And you could sneak some... When you have Riki on your team, you could ward some crazy wards. Like, for example, if you want to ward their base during a high ground siege, you can't do that with any hero, because as soon as you plop down the ward, they will see you doing it. With Riki, you could do that anytime you want. So, just slightly small edges here and there, but mostly for the ganks on Void and Morana.
The Smoke Cloud is also quite strong against Pugna in particular, I think. You mentioned it could be good against Void. Pugnas do not normally want to build an early BKB or a Yules or even a Force Staff. Like, they want to get Aether Lens, they want to get Ags, they want to get BOTs. Maybe at that point they go into a BKB. So I think there's a pretty long window where the Riki's Cloud can really punish the Pugna.
It also really pressures how Faceless Void can play in the mid game, right? Because normally you jump in and you chrono. Can you imagine the Void jumps into a Cloud and you're like, well, I'm suddenly in a terrible spot. So that's something that the Riki player will be looking to do as well. I imagine this has to be the Puppey Riki, right? Normally, I think YapzOr plays a Riki type hero, but he's just so good on the Rubik.
You give YapzOr the Rubik.
Turn to pick.
And you give mid one his Invoker.
So we're gonna see the MPPL instead.
Invoker versus Pugna. You always want to have like magic damage to punish those defensive Decrepifies. So I like that about the Invoker pick.
10 seconds remaining.
Gives them some late game insurance. They're a little
5
light in the
seconds
team fight
remaining.
department though, Lumi. Unless YapzOr has a big game. And
I say
that
Chronosphere.
I say that like it might happen when I can't recall the last time he's had a bad Rubik game.
All right.
So.
Over under on the fact that he will steal Chronosphere and then steal Earth Splitter and then just one man combo
in the same fight.
In the same fight and just one man combo.
I think that's pretty long odds.
Is
Elder Titan's ult comes out from like long range, right? He's normally not in the middle of the fight at that stage of the game.
with the magic hands, man.
Yeah.
I will believe.
If he had the Arcana, which I know is coming.
Select your heroes.
Shadow Shaman. Like Bruno yesterday just did it's like, I know something that you don't. He's like, oh.
One of the heroes, the hero that's winning is only winning by 0.22% or whatever.
Yeah. And we're just sitting here. Yeah, cool story, Bruno. Thanks. Are you going to tell us who it is? I know. Thanks, Bruno.
First he abandons our panels, then he taunts us with all his insider knowledge. Okay, we still love him.
All right, so it is going to be a Puppey Riki, and of course YapzOr Rubik. I don't think, we talked about that a lot of these heroes could go into different roles, but it seems like they did go into the most probable role, with Sumail playing the mid Pugna, Morana being handled by Arteezy, and of course the final pick on the crit Shadow Shaman. So I really like the crit Shadow Shaman pick because it basically forces the Riki to be in that lane. If the Riki you have Bat Rider, the Bat Rider gets absolutely wrecked in the lane. So then you pick the hero that you want to be all over the map with them, but by having the Shadow Shaman, it forces the Riki to be on one lane. That is a pretty good way to control where the Riki can go.
That's certainly true. Interestingly, we are going to see Universe heading towards the safe lane for now as the Void. So are they trying to dodge something here, Lumi? Void heading top. It looks like the Bat Rider will be there. So that will leave Sumail probably Arteezy heading bottom as the Mirana, so offlane Mirana, at least initially.
Oh, they want to give the 1v1 lane.
How does Void versus Bat, is that more favorable, I guess, than the Mirana, you think? Or
I think that's a terrible lane for the
Yeah.
Void. Like, Void is really good against high burst damage. Batrider, you know,
30 seconds.
repeated burst damage with a couple of napalms on you and just flies over. You can jump away, but if you have like 4 or 5 napalm on you, Batrider will just catch up and just kill you.
it's not like your Legion where you can just cleanse off all the napalm, right? So-
Right. So it's more of like EG feels that they could actually pressure MP pretty hard, and that seems to be the case here. I don't know how MP is going to be able to handle this lane.
Yeah, you know, I saw the PL and I was like, well, maybe we'll see a mid PL. You know, that used to be something that MVP Phoenix would do a lot, and maybe a mid one would play something, you know, different, but not appearing to be the case. It's going to be that safe lane PL for now.
EG takes 3 rune, Puppey tries for 1, didn't get it, lost half of his HP. There is no way that he's going to get this courier snipe, right? That courier is going to just sit on the ramp. There we go. Now, you were talking about this matchup earlier. The one thing that Invoker does give is high physical damage, and Pugna is one of the lower armor heroes early on, so I could see a level 3 or something. In fact, it might happen right now. The right clicks are coming in. There is co-snap available. YapzOr coming in, applying the right click. Ricky perhaps will cut him off.
Oh, he wants to. He's waiting behind that
Oh my
tower
god,
mid.
Zai?
He also knows. Oh, Zai actually gets the first blood. EG, big opportunity there. I think they were banking on like Getsu Mail low, and then the courier's gonna have to come out and ferry him regen. And meanwhile, in the trees, Secret might lose another. MP trying to doppelganger away, but doesn't get very far. Now,
the micro.
that jukes. The micro.
He
Is
needs
it
a
enough?
TP.
EG are still on the case.
Arrow?
Salving up the arrow. It's a connection by Artur.
No more mana to get the right click, but
And it
crit.
will be 2 quick and crucial kills for EG as they get these lanes started the way they'd like.
Yep.
I think they were banking on, like, let's get him low mid, we don't have to kill him, then Puppey can snipe the courier when it ferries out regen. But, you know, none of that came together as they just turned around and got the kill themselves.
Yeah.
Invoker's move speed very poor at these early levels, especially when you're getting that early point in quas.
Are they just completely sacking the PL down there? YapzOr's not there to help him out. Not that he really can as a Rubik. And then Ricky is, you know, elsewhere doing Ricky things, so it seems like the lanes are as EG wants them. Yeah, sure. Universe is going to have a tough time, but he'll live.
So any adjustments that you'd like to see out of Secret here, early Lumi?
They can think about a lane swap, as we do see YapzOr picks up a decent one with Ricky. They can put the PL up top, but I think the whole lane swapping will cost a little bit of time. I think it's just better to just rotate and help PL on the
See
bottom.
a big dive here as Universe has all kinds of napalm roasted by KheZu. Will be finished off. By the way, in the mid lane, mid one is... Oh, hold that thought as they're diving Arteezy. Looking for the pick off here. They're going to lift him back.
And gets
And
a
they
kill.
will kill
Yeah.
him. So they strike back some important kills for Team Secret. For
Yeah, I think it's better just to make sure that PL gets farm. You put the support bottom. And I think you were just mentioning that we're going to see an EMP Tornado build coming out from Invoker.
He said, you know, he's been giving
TI1
TI1 Dendy
Dendy.
shoutouts, and now he's putting his money where his mouth is.
I mean, TI1 Dendy didn't play Invoker, though.
Yeah, that was TI2 Dendy, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Change
We've
your
already
tags,
messed
man.
with-
Change your
maybe,
tags.
Maybe in the new timeline. you
Okay.
know.
Alternate timeline.
Yeah, so it is Quas Wex. He's just taken the second point of Wex, so no more questions about that.
Well, I gotta say, EMP Tornado is gonna be quite good against your Elder Titans, your Void, and more importantly, it allows you to fight much earlier. Now, the downside to that is, again, a very risky build, because you know, with the Midas build up, with the Exort build, you just farm very fast.
MP being pressured here, bottom. Doppelganger won't get him away. Another pick off for EG, 3-3. Early bloodbath emerging in this series.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were saying about the Quas Wex build.
Yeah, it allows you to fight a little bit earlier, allows you to rotate harder, faster. But it does give up the early juicy Sunstrike kills that your team could set up for you.
Yeah, they don't have the best Sunstreak setup. It's like Lift and then a Lance, I guess. So, did one dodging away from the stomp. But he is definitely under the gun. The other downside to this build is sometimes you struggle a bit to CS, but he does have the early null tally. I'm actually doing okay, all things considered.
One of the definitely very underrated aspect of the Quas Wex build is that you get a lot more movement speed. When you're trying to dodge things away from like Echo Stomp, that is very nice. Looks like Zai was able to get cliffed by the Rubik. So he is handed a teleport scroll and he'll go home.
And we're not going to see any shenanigans where someone's clipped for like 4 minutes. Puppey setting up shop in the top lane, wants to make a go. He drops the cloud in the right place. Universe does have the time while cooling down, and he will get it off. Backing away to safety, but still definitely struggling a lot in this top lane. Batrider off to the races early. So yeah, looking forward a bit, Lumi, especially with this new Crosswex development, like how do you strategically view these two lineups, their different goals and objectives, and longer-term game plans once the laning stage breaks down?
I think Secret, especially with the Quaswex build, they're going to just run shop on the map, apply pressure, very similar to the playstyle of the last game. The danger I feel with the Team Secret is, where's your objective taking?
I was just thinking the same
Yeah, like
thing.
who's going to hit the buildings?
There's a dive top lane, Universe, 5 napalm charges, and the pursuit continues. KheZu, though, is able to time walk back and away to safety, so didn't get that extra napalm stack to keep them going, was a bit slow on it. Could have been a kill.
And this is the matchup where the Batrider needs to be winning. I know he's got the 1 kill already, but PL's suffering on the bottom. He needs to give him the edge, and so far it's not looking like it's enough.
Yeah, obviously PL is not going to be the objective taker as an illusion hero, at least not a great one, so...
I'm struggling to find out what the role that PL's playing overall. He's so underfarmed that I don't know what he can contribute to Secret.
He can contribute gold to EG. That's one thing that is certainly possible for MP, and looks like he might be happy to get perfect chain stun. Immaculate coordination, really, as they will find that kill.
Yep.
Nice little shackle, then into the arrow, followed up with the stomp, all the while damage raining, and they even got the extra star storm, so everything just really well executed there. They're going to make their move on Sumail, though. This is an opportunity. The cloud gets dropped, the EMP's there, cutting him off, and boy, that really hurts for the Pugna. Quick, decisive takedown. Universe on the rotation. They're going to find Puppey in the river. Will he be able to get out of here, fade away in time? Looks like he's just fine.
Arrow
coming in, not going to connect. Mid one, looking to retreat. The cloud gets dropped.
They got to watch out for Zai. He's got like plus 100 damage because his spirit ran over 4 heroes. Puppey looks like he's going to have to walk around and finish that D ward.
So I guess if you're going this build, you're definitely getting the XP gain talent, right?
I gotta, you have to, right? Unless he goes for an early Midas.
Yeah, that is another big decision, I think, for Secret. Like, I know when MP used to go Crosswex Invoker last TI, he would just get a mech. Because that was, like, MVP Phoenix, right? They just want to fight mid-game.
Well, mech also costs cheaper than Mono-wise.
Right,
back
so
then.
that's true. So it's maybe less viable now, but, you know, I feel like a good way to kind of give them an insurance policy is he could go back for the Midas, even starting Crosswex.
It doesn't seem like he will. And we're going to see yet another go on the mid lane. The clap is going to come through, though. Going to be 2-man sleep. In fact, Batrider on the back line is going to clean up the kill.
The punishment for Sumail this game. This is Secret's
4-man
anti-Pugna hate squad.
Yeah.
And he ain't no Storm Spirit. He's not easily going to be able to come back in this one if he gets shut down early.
Yeah, Pugna is one of the worst heroes to make any comeback. Yeah, you could, you know, hit the buildings a couple of times, but you need HP. He's already a very frail hero to begin with. And going back to the Midas discussion, it doesn't seem like mid one will go for it. He has a
He could get it later, but yeah, he's definitely not rushing it.
Yeah. And for those of you guys that haven't seen it, the Cold Snap plus Urn is pretty juicy in terms of picking up kills solo. You know, you just Cold Snap, Urn them, and right-click them.
Already getting active, has the Arcane Rune, which is especially useful when you have these long cooldown CC abilities. Now, a whole lot shorter. They're going to try to make the move on Universe again with the Cold Snap.
Yep.
Support, kill secured. Early roaming, early pressure, the name of the game for Team Secret. This is buying space for MP bottom, Lumi. He's finally going to be given a little catch-up time as he begins to harass Crit.
Yep. And this is really what the Ricky is picked for, right? Like, everywhere he goes, doing more than a Treant and a Bounty Counter can do. And
it's a greedier support duo, I guess. Like the Ricky, I guess, doesn't need levels or farm, but it is really nice if you have it, and certainly the Rubik does. So
yeah.
Having the slightly more selfless mid is very different from mid one from what we're accustomed to, but I think could synergize nicely with the rest of their lineup as he tries to finish off this tower top. One more
Chrono?
auto attack. He does get chronoed. Is there a good angle for an arrow? Arteezy threads the needle. Still though, will they kill mid one? Just one more auto
Tornado?
attack. Tornado.
Ghost walk?
See ya, homies.
Wait, clap! Okay.
That regen though. He's out of there.
Alright. That is the mid one we know. And yeah,
That's some TI 2 Dendy stuff right there. Nicely done. But he is scanned.
Oh.
And he dodges the arrow.
Okay.
The god smile on him.
We're good,
Somewhere, Dendy beams with approval.
Alright. I still think that if you tag up TI1 Denny, where's the Pudge?
Yeah. Where's the
Didn't he
the
play
mid-ancient
Enigma?
apparition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also played Viper, I think.
He basically played a bunch of heroes that he hated playing.
Yeah,
because
disgusting.
Because, you know, the Dota 2 hero pool was like a quarter of the actual
There was like
Dota 1 hero pool at the
there was
time.
like 20 heroes. There's more.
I think
than
it was
20.
like 40
Yeah,
something.
I'm
But
just-
Oh god, every game was like anti-mage versus Spectre.
There was
whoever got that one of those two carries usually won, at least in the early games. But
Sumail gonna get brought down again. Mid one all over the place right now. He has the urn. We'll pop it on Zion. Look at how fast he goes. That tornado hits no one, but it'll zone
that was
some people
that was a
out.
taunting tornado.
I mean, make sure that nobody was coming.
Yeah,
down the
see,
tree
look,
line.
I don't even need more tornado to kill you.
All right, Puppey gonna go right on Arteezy, but he's gonna go. So this mid one invoker though, he's going into the force staff. He's going the full. Hey, I'm gonna just take over this game right now. I know you got this mid late game scaling with the Mirana, with the Void. I don't care. I'm gonna just beat you.
I think Force Staff this game is pretty good against EG because they have, aside from the Chronosphere, you have, you know, like that stomp into arrow setup that you really don't want someone to get comboed with. As they make their move on the mid lane, and yes, simultaneously action also happening top. Arteezy being roasted in the flames. He'll go down, but mid one's in trouble here. He ghost walks away. They came prepared with dust this time. The Decrepify comes out trying to get them the distance they need. Now they're giving him the suck, but he's got too much regen. He earned himself up. He
He's
survived
so fast,
with the
dude.
triple quas. He's got 24 HP regen a second, and they just can't kill him. Mid one, swagging on EG. Can't touch this, he says. EG are committed though. They really want to take this tower down, but no Chronosphere available. It's about to cool down, so Secret have to be wary. They do have a stolen time walk maxed out for YapzOr to work with. Fantastic spell to be a nuisance in these fights, but one more blast is going to do this tower in. It is in deny range now if they want to delete it, but it's a crucial tower at the same time as Crit. Overstaying his welcome, gets cut off. Flame Break, going to push him back just a little, and KheZu shows him the love. Make a kill streak for him. While we've been talking so much about this Quaswex Invoker, I know we did highlight it a bit early, but KheZu has been wrecking the top lane. He is on a mega kill streak, drums complete, blink almost ready. Batman's about to get out of control.
Yep, that's for sure. He's got the bottle as well, which is not something you see too often from an offlane bat rider, but the bottle was very important and allowed him to pick up more kill. Mid lane, EMP Tornado flying off. Zai is going to eat it all out of mana. He's going to go down. He pops a magic wand, but on the back line, delivery here from KheZu, grabbing Sumail. Sumail trying to turn around. Nice ultimate here from Universe. Gets it stolen here. YapzOr's got a chrono. Is he going to chrono help his buddy out? No. Looks like he's going to go down regardless. Sumail, KheZu trying to run out. The fire not doing enough on the back line. KheZu, make it home, my friend. He has 2 bottle charges. They still have chrono. He will use it. Void just walks through it. My flavor, my immersion, not going to work here. Universe jumps back. A lot of spells being thrown, but the most important kill is a mid one going down.
This is already feeling like a game of memories, and yeah, remember the old Rubik when he could chrono Void and lock him in place?
Yeah.
Those were beautiful days. A simpler time. When prize pools were 2 million instead of 23.
Or 1.
Or 1.
Yeah.
And we played for love of the game. And there was some money. Stake for the players. Yeah, this has been a crazy back and forth game. As far as tempo goes, Lumi, it is, to me, still very much the tempo Secret wants to be playing. They're fighting constantly. They're not letting EG group up, drop wards, start blasting towers. They're kind of dismantling that push before it gets underway. And
Yep.
I think it's important they continue that. If they let EG set up on a tower, that tower's basically dead. So I like the way they're approaching it, and they have to find ways to continue doing that.
Yeah, also the tower is so important for heroes like Mirana and Void, which don't really scale that well unless you pick up 2 to 3 items on them. And preventing the towers from even going down in the first place is, you know, you just cut the beast at his legs before he even gets online. I know we talked about a lot about the Invoker already, but just a little bit more. Remember that mid gank where 3 of them were chasing mid 1 and he just ran away? I guess people just forgot how quick this hero moves when you have phase boots and Wex. It's moving over 440 MS.
I mean, the old build was literally race car, where you'd also have drums as well as Yules. Nice pick off in the bottom lane by Crit, but mid one is making a play on Arteezy here up top as the MP gets dropped. Arteezy tries to leap away into the trees. It will connect with the tornado crashing through. Arteezy might be done for. He hits the tower once. Not ideal. Arteezy low, but committing for this and bailing out his buddy, his MP. They'll get the kill. Zai on the chase. Stomp's only going to hit MP. Probably not a possible kill. In fact, meanwhile, Universe is being hounded. Do they want to commit for this? They do. Lasso coming in, tricks of the trade deployed, mid one's there, pumping in the damage, the flame break, he manages to walk it up, but still, the cold snaps keep on coming, the urn is there, big commitment, Lance will end that void and set him back a notch as they do get the bat right at the end of streak. They also clean up Puppey, overextension from Secret, costly deaths. Make it a triple kill for Sumail.
Maybe more.
Well, I said he couldn't come back on the Pugno the way he could on Storm, but Sumail might just be proving me wrong here. Veil complete now, working towards the Arcane Boots.
This is the second time that the Invoker has died, and this is a big point to talk about because when you run this kind of aggressive strategy, you need to be in the jungle, you need to be applying pressure, and you need to not die. Your level's already suffering a little bit because you're clumping up so much and fighting so often. And mid one, if he dies 1 to 2 more times, I think he is gonna forgo a lot of that mid-game superiority because he already doesn't have the Midas. He needs to be getting kills and not dying to supplement what an Invoker can normally do at this stage of the game.
They know this is a good time to make a go on Universe, though, as there is no Chrono available. They have the ward behind the tower, and the whole team is trucking up that way. KheZu and YapzOr about to join their mid player. EG seem to realize something isn't right, but they're also just forfeiting the tower freely. So for a team that's not that good at taking objectives, this is a free one being gifted to them.
It's a slow one too. Like there's no Forge Spirits, there's no Alacrity, so it's gonna take...
slow, but what is EG doing? They're not trading, right? They're not going for objectives of their own right now.
Yeah, you're right. Mirana's doing a little bit of split pushing, but Mirana is... Like, look at his farm. He's got a Ring of Health. He's trying to go into Linken's. This Mirana is a glorified range creep. Arteezy is going to get lifted. Starstorm stolen here. Down to half HP already, and looks like he is going to get easily brought down.
Universe is there, though. He doesn't have the Chrono. That could end up costing them. Managing to get out of the tricks of the trade. Arteezy may still die, though, to this urn. Ticks him low. Won't finish him off. The wards got planted, but to little avail. Now the bash is starting to come through, but Puppey dropping that defensive cloud. He doesn't quite die to the blast. And on the other side of the fight, they've wrangled and Crit. They're going to pick him off. Now, somehow, EG have to back away, and even after that commitment, they're just going to get the wards farmed up.
Yeah, MP cleans out all of them, around 200 gold here for the PL. And that engagement is the reason why we saw mid one picked up the Force Staff. Crit started off very nicely with the ward trap on the Invoker and a Shackle, but at the end of that, he just Force Staff out. He can also phase out, you know, either way. Now mid one is on the hunt. Ghost Walk, Cold Snap, and Urn at the ready.
They do have Chrono now. Got to be careful. They're leading with mid one. This could be precarious.
EG's porting out, or sorry, Universe ports out. If Universe shows mid, they know that the Chrono is not available. And yeah, the rest of EG backs off in time. Universe is not here, can't fight.
A big power spike now for Secret as that Diffusal Blade is complete on MP against a Pugna. This makes him extremely vulnerable. No defensive Decrepifies to save you if the PL has been brought to bear. They're going to cluster up near this tower. AG. They want to defend as a squad. They are strong in numbers if they hit their combo, but so much combo breaking potential. And meanwhile for Secret, here comes the smoke. Crit going for the D-ward on the side. Lurks the Ricky, trying to find that opening to start the fight. But they want to lure EG away from this tower. Crit marches down to low ground, still backing off. Secret playing it safe, respecting the EG 5-man.
Yeah, they're giving so much credit to the Chronosphere. Like, Crit was so far away from Void. I think they could have easily
also down a
him.
Lasso right now for Secret, so perhaps waiting for that.
I think the Invoker and Ricky could just kill on their own.
Look at the investment that's been made by EG in these sentries, and still one is going to get caught here. The Decrepify comes out. They don't have the PL in position, so Crit stays alive a bit longer. YapzOr coming in, looking for the pickoff, and now the Batrider's found another on the other side of the fight, trying to drag him back, focus him down. Flame breaks there, roast him in the flames, and he will come out charred and finished. Well done, EG. Losing to Secret. Again getting the big picks. Lumi, the support tax. I want to talk about that. Look at the net worth of the Shadow Shaman and the Elder Titan right now. Compare that to the Bat Rider and the Sand King last game. All the sentries they've had to buy, all the towers they've lost early. These Invids heroes are really punishing them.
When you say support tax, I thought, you know, they're taking CS, but this is the bad kind of support tax.
This is the kind where the supports are being taxed.
Yeah, for sure.
You can see 1,100 gold spent by Zai on support items, so a lot of those are sentries.
Or dust, yeah.
Yeah,
they got to be pretty prepared, not just for the Riki, but the Ghost Walk that's constantly being spammed out here by Mr. Invoker.
MP almost getting the solo kill on Zai, couldn't quite finish him off.
Rest of Secret smoked up on the hunt again here. They Secret.
They expect him to walk high ground. They're ready for this. Puppey's in position once again.
Universe
they
also
catch him off, and YapzOr's there. He gets the lift early on the Void. Then the Silence comes out. Beautiful position on the Cloud with the EMP connection. He won't even have the mana for the Chrono. He's got a time walk away and reset the fight. They're already down a Shaman. Secret have just been so disruptive. Like, the area control this team has between EMP, the Riki Cloud, it's so hard. Even Tricks of the Trade, it's so hard to find an opening to get that big combo off.
He needs to come in from the fog and not get initiated on. EG is counting on Universe to deliver big. We saw what the Chrono can do in the fight in the top jungle. It can turn a fight and gave Sumail a triple kill in that fight. But he also... I think this might be one of those games that you either build a Shadow Blade or a Blink. Just to... Like, you're just a Chrono machine for your team. And it looks like he's going to go for the Shadow Blade option. Also, I like to see YapzOr keep that ultimate that he stole from Crit. That is the one pushing advantage that he could get from the Shaman ult.
Yeah. Well, we wondered how much YapzOr would be able to steal, and as usual, he has not disappointed.
Universe coming in from the side.
KheZu has the... Oh, didn't get the lasso off, but now could be in trouble. The Veil comes out, the Tornado's off the mark, the Life Drain. Almost finishing him. Universe commits the Chrono. He actually gets 3 with it, and it looked like it would only be 1. Barely, and now the pain as the Earth Splitter really punishes them. They do steal the Chrono, but there's not a whole lot of damage to pump into it, and actually MP was caught within. He'll drop. 4 dead. The lone survivor to tell their tale is YapzOr.
I don't know if he just wanted to Chrono for the solo kill, but the fact that he got 2 more and Zai just let his ult rip, that was a beauty.
It's hard to get off that combo, but when you do, it is devastating.
We're gonna see it one more time. KheZu wanting to get the initiate, and look at the range that Sumail was able to bring, and that Chrono! And that was it. That was the fight.
Yeah, fight right there, our splitter. Devastating, obviously, as the follow-up.
Yep. And also because the Rubik stole the Chrono, he gave up the Serpent Wards, which is, I think, a very decent spell to have just for stealing or pushing and stuff.
Well, this time he will find one, but can they finish him off? Zai caught out, Flame Break pushes him back. Elder Titan down, so nice pick for Team Secret.
Yep.
They try to reestablish control. I think you do look at that fight, the Tornado missed, the Bat Rider did not get a clean initiation with the lasso off, the PL wasn't even able to get into the back lines early. Like, that was just not the way Secret want to be approaching these fights. This is more like it, ideally. The Cloud comes down late by Puppey, though. Tornado's there, but the tower's still up. Even with Tricks of the Trade, they can look to turn this around, potentially. Arteezy not quite finished off. Puppey now wants to get the hell away, and he will leap from low ground up high, back to mid 1, and back to safety.
Yeah.
Something you did bring up about mid 1 though, Lumi, the net worth is starting to slip a little bit, down to 6.5k. Very easy for a Quaswex Invoker to fall behind.
So often you're used to seeing an Invoker just being a #1, pretty much throughout the whole game, right? Or an extremely high level. His level is actually very low as well. Crit on the mid lane is going to get focused down, but the clap is going to be there as well. It gets both. Puppey's going to eat the first spell. The Earth Splitter is going to come through. 4-staff defensively, but is there Chronosphere available? No, but it doesn't seem like they need it. Mid 1's going to get right there. The Crab actually helping him a little bit. Doesn't matter. EG just runs him down, and I do believe Secret is running out of steam. I did mention that Invoker can't die more than 2-3 times. He has since I made that mark. And I'm getting a little scared here for Secret.
Yeah, the question is who's going to carry the game. You have a PL, but there's so much area control and so much AoE to punish the illusions, like the Echo Stomp, Spirit combo, the Pugna Blast. Unless this PL is 6-slotted, all his illusions are going to melt. So if the fight is misplayed by EG or the ults have been expended, then perhaps MP can clean up, but it doesn't feel like the type of game where a PL can 1v5, which means the rest of the team will need to step up, and so far, just getting a little sloppy. They were not all together there, and now MP, speaking of which, he gets caught out. EG smoke, and he reveals it. The blink was put on cooldown instantly.
Yep.
So another pick-off there. And now Secret's still moving in, wanting to make something happen, but the Chrono's online. If they overextend here, they could easily lose more. They're definitely getting a bit discombobulated as the game moves along. Running in one by one, getting picked off one by one, not feeling like a well-oiled machine the way they were earlier in the game.
Again, very similar to the Game 1 story. I think their lineup is harder to execute. They need to win a lot of engagements. They can't afford to make too many mistakes. And they have been making a lot of mistakes. Also, I do want to point out that like you mentioned, the PL did go for the Blink Dagger. This is the build that you go for when you're looking to play a high-tempo game. You look to assassinate the backlines. Pugna is a free kill. Crit is a free kill. And perhaps even Mirana could be a free kill at this point in the game. But that's assuming that your team is actually, you know, taking the fights to them.
So EG did go for a double Glimmer Cape, interestingly.
Okay.
Looking at Secret, it's a lot of magic damage, especially with the Quaspike's Invoker, the Bat Rider.
Yep.
Do you like this particular adjustment? It's kind of rare to see two of these this early.
I do, because it's basically Secret lives and dies by getting kills. They're not good at sieging. They're not good at taking Roshan. So the only way that they start anything going for Secret is starting with a kill. And Glimmer Cape to me is probably the second best defensive item next to Force Staff to, you know, prevent things from getting done. I am surprised there isn't more Force Staff, because Force Staff doubles up as a way to get out of that smoke cloud as well. I mean, you could get Glimmer, but you're still like losing all your mana to the EMP, you're still getting Cold Snap and all that jazz. And it does cost a ton of mana, whereas Force Staff is just like an ultra free, safe, get out of jail free card. The only thing that it doesn't work against is the Flaming Lasso, so perhaps that is the reason why we see double Glimmer and not as many Force.
I will say, I suppose the good news for Secret is while they're not really going greedy with any of their items, neither is EG. Like Sumail's gone for a Blink Dagger. You know, we saw, I would say, a greedier build for the Pugnas, the early BOTs. We saw
Oh no, this is just his build. He goes for this build all the time. It's Veil.
It's
Blink.
not a greedy build.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
the Mirana is going Lincolns, which is also not greedy. The Void went for an early Vlad's. There's no Midases on this team. There's no early Mirana Ags. There's no BOTs on the Pugna. So sure, you know, Secret isn't playing greedy or angling for late game, but neither is EG. So I think that does extend the window where your Secret can still be competitive. It's not like one lost fight suddenly means they're going to be getting lapped in the net worth department. Here comes the smoke. Secret grouping up, looking to make their move. Sitting in reserve is Zai, and farther back is Universe, but the lasso comes through to start the fight, quickly hexing and controlling him, now preventing the follow-up with the Echo Stomp, trying to keep that Bat Rider isolated from his team. They do decrep and drain him, forcing him on his heels. The Moonlight Shadow was committed, and now they drop the wards. They really want to force this. However, YapzOr steals those wards right back. Second time he's done it this game.
Crit gotta not give away that ward.
He wanted to, like, Ether Shock something, I think, right after.
There was nothing to Ether Shock,
There was nothing in range.
Yeah. To me, though, like, that fight where nothing happened, I think, in big broad theory, that's still EG favored. Like, they're okay with nothing.
I think it's Secret fair. They still wards, you know.
Okay, well,
Lasso
okay,
is a
sure,
1 minute
sure.
cooldown, right? So
I am surprised that Crit dropped it, because I don't think he was going to get the tower regardless. But
so it is a heart being queued up by MP. Wants to try and live through the burst. Interesting pickup here from the PL. More often we'll see like the Yasha, maybe the BOTs.
yeah, his role with the Blink and the heart is just get on the back line and be a huge nuisance.
On the smoke, they look for KheZu here. Tries to get away. The Blink's available. Leaps out. Now YapzOr and mid one also needing to retreat. But Universe is looking to cut them off. Shadow blading forward. Doesn't want to overcommit as Secret simultaneously looking for a flank of their own in the mid lane. EG quickly caravan back.
I like to see Invoker finish his Rod of Atos before the next fight, because one of the big problems they have right now is keeping the person locked down under the smoke cloud. And it's, you know, we see the lift coming in, but Mirana just walks out and then leap. Same thing with the Void, walks out and then time walk. The Rod of Atos, the ultimate, hey, I'm gonna kill you under the cloud, and nobody's itemizing against it. I talked about the lack of Force Staff.
Puppey.
Ricky, gets the pick off. Do they have dust?
They do
They have
now
the
with
chrono.
the chrono, so
Sumail walks into it.
heavy commitment, but hey, Puppey got a courier, he forces out a chrono.
There you go.
That's Puppey's 10%.
Dire's top tower.
I think he's upped his rates, that's probably more like 30. Big team fight ult and the courier, not too shabby.
Serpent Ward takes out the building.
I agree with your point about the Atos, however, EG are going for triple BKB now, it looks like. Oh,
Okay.
hold that thought, as the Shaman is going to get jumped, lifted, pulled back, no Glimmer Cape to save you this time. Crit dies in a hail of spears. But yeah, you've got a BKB under construction. Actually, more teamfight action breaking out as the lasso comes through, dragging in Sumail, pulling him deep behind enemy lines. He will die in the flames, burning to bits, and now MP gets him. He's taking too much damage here. He has to
Tornado.
back away. He's blown up by the punching action of Zai. Zai will die in turn. Still a 3-for-1. An overall savage victory for Secret. Tower taken, courier sniped, 3 heroes dead with the chrono blown. They're very happy with this exchange.
Yeah,
But-
normally you'd be like, Secret, let's go Roche, let's get tier 2. But again, this lineup, they're just slow at doing everything. Finally, Alacrity is online with 2 points into Exhort. You start getting something done, but... Sorry, I was cutting you off making a point.
Yeah, well, he also has not taken any of his talents
yeah.
yet. That's interesting.
Yeah, you were mentioning the plus 30% experience gain. Evidently, he doesn't think it's important. I think when you're building for the Quas Wex build, every point of Quas and Wex is so important. So it does make sense that he doesn't go into it. Some Invoker players, even when they're going Zord, does not like to take talents.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the build is from here. He goes back for a BKB now in terms of items.
Okay.
So it's still very mid-game focused.
The BKB is for the Echo Stomp. So many of these team fights, Zai has been such a big nuisance.
As well as just the Pugna damage.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot he can pump out there.
He's got the Atos already. Here we
Oh,
go.
Ricky Illusion coming in.
It's hexed.
Hexed and dealt with. Now Puppey, his real hero. Position. Crit does have a single sentry. Blinking out, getting nervous. He will jump away, but the dust is there. Puppey into the tricks of the trade. Quickly ends it, drops the cloud. Looks to retreat. They veil him up. They will commit with the Decrepify here, but Sumail can't keep the vision as it is nighttime. Now KheZu,
Oh,
but
Lincolns!
the Lincolns comes through. A clutch play from Arteezy just in the nick
That
of time.
reaction, man. That is not a Lincoln's on Sumail. That's Arteezy giving it to him.
Now the wards get dropped. Blast comes through. Rubik, with only the Aether Shock stolen, was not in position for the ward grab. Nice little play there. But yeah, they're going mass BKB was the point I wanted to make
Yes.
earlier. And against that is the counter to Smoke Cloud. At that point, the Cloud does absolutely nothing. So
That is for sure.
I think that's going to be a stage of the game where there's a real concern. As I say that, Universe has changed his build since then. It's only the Pugna going for it. But I also think the Pugna is the hero that's most affected by it.
They still have Lincolns as a one-way. You know, the projectile of the Atos is fairly fast, but like we saw from RTZ just now, this guy has the reaction to definitely, you know, pop or to help his allies to play against the Rav Atos. I know, David Gorman, you'd like to say that Dota is a game of inches. My personal phrase for that is that Dota
Puppey.
is...
Another courier snipe coming.
All right, he's going to get it.
Dire's courier
There
has
you go.
been killed.
I think Dota is a game of timings. And yes, I do agree with you that BKB eventually will counter the Rod of Atos. The fact of the matter is that they don't have it now. And that means Team Secret has a timing window to actually make something happen. For now, though, they are playing defensively as EG is finally executing the Pugna game plan, just blasting buildings.
This time the Lincoln's given to him preemptively rather than going for the swag plays. They will slowly work this tower down. EG on the offense. Where does Secret look to make the move? They're going to smoke up, Puppey out in front, and they plunge forward. KheZu has the BOTs picked up now. That's his big additional grab, and now a bit of dewarding happening as MP cleaned a few up. They do have a gem to deal with that Moonlight Shadow as he looks for the opening here. Moving towards the Roche pit. Not easy for this squad to take. Secret are just not very good at objectives, be it towers or be it Roche. KheZu flanks around. He sees EG, but does he dare leap?
Arteezy's nearby as well. Arrow gives away that fact that the jungle has been invaded. Both team smokes not connecting. And I think we are getting to a stage of the game where we really have to worry about the scaling of Team Secret. I mean, Invoker is slowly working towards 25, so eventually he is going to be the Invoker that we know and love. But no Aghanim Scepter, no Hand of Midas to accelerate there.
At the same time, EG's not really scaling all that quickly either.
Yeah.
Like we talked about before. Only now does Arteezy get his first farming item.
Yeah, now he'll start accelerating. Now I think the game is...
Universe, he's not going for like that no-tail Battle Fury that we see once in a while.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be... You know, this is not going to be a game where heroes are super farmed. If they get super farmed, it's because they're slaying a lot of fools. You know, they're racking up the kills.
So you're saying this is a game where the minute counter will be very high, like 45, 50, 60-minute games, but relatively they're going to be hitting like kittens as opposed to
yes.
giant bears.
But the things they're hitting are also kittens. So while a kitten can't kill a full-grown cat, a kitten might be able to kill another kitten.
No, let's not get too graphic here.
That's not our material.
Smoke coming out again here from Crit. Dropping some wards. Seems like EG is having some thoughts about Roshan down the line. This is generally a ward that you want to place to take the tier 1 top and secure Roshan or see TPs coming in on that shrine.
AG went for the smoke, they get the ward down. They are setting up shop here on the top side of the map, and there is still a tier 1 to be grabbed. Last hit, going to the Dire. Meanwhile, MP trying to push through mid. They're looking for a bit of a reply on the secret end. The heart's complete now, the BOTs are coming soon. Whacking away at that tier 2, and it looks like this will be uncontested. Wards get deployed as well, so EG again content not to take bites, but Universe found a trap, 2 chronoed out on the south side. This could be real bad, including mid 1. He goes splat as the Earth Splitter cuts him off at the knees and does not even have the buyback. Just like that, a huge opening. Puppey continues to take his tax, I believe, as the Radiant Courier... sorry, actually, this time the Radiant Courier goes down. Never mind that. So EG even getting a little bonus on top of it. The mid push did continue. There was about a third damage done to the tier 3, but not really enough. Oh, as they find MP, try to retreat. Hex up to start, Shackles to follow. They're going to need a lot of bashes here to bring him down. The arrow comes in from downtown. It's a connection by Arteezy. KheZu's there to interrupt. The Cloud gets deployed. They try desperately to keep MP in fighting shape. Sumail committee, that BKB, manages to jump away. MP gets the blink off in the nick of time. The Decrepify may have actually helped to save him there. They aren't able to find that additional bonus, and salvaged for Secret by MP split push.
So, I want to point out that Puppey throughout that engagement had a gem, right? He had a gem. They stood right on top of the sentry. They thought they were safe because, yeah, sentry is there, but they had a high ground ward here, giving the vision to the sentry, and then Universe says, okay, yeah, I'm going to come in.
They were hoping to bait EG, thinking they didn't have vision, and instead EG were able to punish them as they did.
And then 2-man chrono. Oh, I'm not in the lobby. You guys can't see the arrows I'm drawing.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. I was like rapidly pinging that sentry.
I saw some very family unfriendly drawings there earlier, Lumi.
That wasn't me.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Slander. But
Just because Bulldog isn't here doesn't mean that, you know, you have to go to that level.
That play where they stood on top of sentry with a gem might have cost them. I don't want to say the game or anything, but they gave up a lot. The tier 2 top, a lot of their momentum. They still retain the gem, which is the important part because map control overall is still on the side of Team Secret. But now EG, do they have any smokes left? I feel like both teams are smoking very heavily. Crit has one in his backpack, and I think they are about to deploy it soon after they push out this mid lane.
Secret are gonna try for this Roche, but it is going to be slow going. Man, I have not seen an Invoker's farm drop off a cliff like this in a long time. He is now the least farmed core. He's actually being out-farmed by his own Rubik. YapzOr just completed an Ag, so support Invoker as this game goes late.
Yep.
Is likely what you can expect to see.
There is some sick Axe ult you could steal in this game, but hold that thought here as Arteezy jumps away. The big one here is the Mass Serpent wards. as you do get the attack range upgrade. Hold on.
So they find the opening, trying to drag back in and isolate the Faceless Void. The Sunstrike comes in, artillery from on high, and they will kill off Universe. Now the opening, this is what Secret needs. They can chase, they can dive, there's no buyback on Universe. Zai gets overwhelmed, slashed to death by the illusions, and now the Roshan can slowly be worked on.
Yeah.
Do they have any stolen wards here by any chance?
Nope.
That would certainly be nice.
Rubik stole the Echo Stomp and used it right back to Zai.
Oh yeah.
Looks like the gem was dropped something. Anyways, I was talking about some of the Axe upgraded ultimate that YapzOr steals. Master Boom Ward is a big one. It really gives a huge upgrade to the damage that it does during team fights. Of course, if you steal Starstorm and you have Axe, you do have the extra double Starstorm. And of course, you do have the 0 cooldown life drain from Pugna as well. So some decent one, but ultimately the big benefit of the Axe Scepter pickup is the long cast range of Spell Seal, as well as a 2-second cooldown on it. So one of the best Aghanim Scepter upgrade in the whole game.
And YapzOr, I feel like has won the majority of his Pugna games. Or sorry, not Pugna games. I was looking at Sumail while I said that, the Rubik games. So somehow he always finds that farm. Can Rubik carry? That will be a big question, because PL in theory can do a lot if there's no void, if like the Elder Titan doesn't, but there's a lot of ifs surrounding how much hitting the PL is going to be doing and how much running for dear life / just being chain stunned will be happening.
I think we're getting to a point where the PL is becoming relatively difficult to kill. If he's surrounded by the whole team, yeah, MP will still die, but as we've seen in the past, the Heart has been doing quite a bit.
We're 40 minutes in. You know, has your evaluation of the game changed at all? Does EG still take this late game? Is Secret able to win at 60, 70 minutes?
You know, I've been focusing a lot on the fact that the Invoker hasn't been scaling well, but I'm also, now remembering that Pugna doesn't do amazingly in the late game. This is where we see Pugna also start to fall off. I think this game is just relatively difficult to evaluate because we're introduced to so many different factors at the same time. I think it's fairly even now that I think more and more about it into the mid and late game.
What is YapzOr going to steal? All eyes fixed on the young upstart. Even just stealing the Pugna Blast would be huge here.
Sure.
All of a sudden, they have the push. But everybody on EG has to be careful. And it's pretty hard to protect that blast, I gotta say. I mean, you can only be spamming Decrepify in the Plague Ward, or the Nether Ward so much.
You gotta be careful. Crit is thinking about, moving forward, Ether Shocking and dropping the ward, and all of a sudden you gotta come back to defend.
It's a big part of EG's team fight. They are rather light in the damage department. Mjolnir is complete on Arteezy, so maybe decent from him, but that's largely it. No Diffusal Blade on Void, no Manta ready yet. Pugna can dish out a lot.
Crit moves forward. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the Ether Shock Zap on the range creep as well, so yeah, he just gives up the push.
At the same time, unless Secret want to commit real heroes, they are not going to bring buildings down quickly either.
Yep.
Let's find a way to steal that blast.
You talked about the Mjolnir on Arteezy. Very easy for MP to just use the Diffusal Blade charge to break off the Lightning Shield. So I'm not sure how much they could rely on that either.
Slow and steady. Although it might be a lull, they're going to make their move now, decisively jumping on the top lane, try to isolate Arteezy, finish him off. They get the lasso. Sunstrike comes in for that little bit of added assist, and Arteezy falls. Does have buyback, down for 80. Forcing it would be huge. And they have the Aegis, so they're likely to try. Yasha was complete on MP, ramping up his items a bit. The Manta about to come online. The lanes are mostly shoving in Secret's way. Rubik right now with the Stolen Leap. Can be a nice way to set up for another spell steal. Give your team that extra bit of attack speed. Yep. Push on in. See if YapzOr wants to lend that assist.
They're pushing multiple lanes at once. Invoker with Alacrity going mid. Top lane looks like the Shackle has happened, but MP very tanky with a Heart. Chronosphere being spent on the mid lane. They want to get him dead. Oh no! Ricky walks into the Chrono. Whisper's gonna use mid one. Gonna go down. Puppey's gonna get caught as well. He'll pop his ultimate on the back line. MP jumps in, assassinates the crit, and he goes down.
with some of the big ults expended. Still no sign of a buyback from Arteezy, and now he's done it. He's stolen the Nether Blast. Towers are going to start melting. YapzOr, he's the siege engine. He's the team fight. He's the carry now. MP is just the beef in the front lines. Structures are the name of the game, and Secret are making short work of them with this particular grab. EG on the ropes, soon to lose their first melee. They've got to find a way to answer back. Good doppelganger back. YapzOr continues to chip, continues to prod. Now down to a third HP, but they do get a bash here at MP. How much do they want to commit? He's still got Aegis. Time's running low. Arteezy jumps in. They really want to crack that Aegis once without committing too much, and then on round 2, come back and really throw everything they have at him. But YapzOr, he gets back to safety. He's stolen the time walk. Universe is diving deep for this commitment, but YapzOr's already zipping away to freedom. Everyone on EG scrambling after this pesky Grand Magus, but he keeps on running.
He's got Blink!
The escape, the running, it just keeps on giving. EG cannot cage the Yap God.
Yo, they're coming back in right now. The Universe is trying to jump away. He does have the last on the back line. They find one, and they're going to try to bring him down. Here comes YapzOr again. He's going to go right in. Lots of damage output. They take down 2 immediately. Arteezy also in trouble. I believe he has leap. He will use a tornado coming in from downtown. Arteezy gets purged. Arteezy losing out his mana. Arteezy goes down. Zai's on the run. He's got the Glimmer Cape. Did have any detection.
Oh, they stole the wards! Crit wanted to go for the shackle. He didn't have the range on it, and now the base is really in trouble. If Yap can just blink in, pop those wards down with the PL.
Oh, you bet he will.
Secret is going to take a lane, maybe 2. Mid is low enough that perhaps he wants to save it for top. Let's see where he goes. Yeah, he's heading. Oh, he's thinking. He's thinking. He's thinking.
Just drop in mid, I think.
Waiting for creeps.
Wait, there's no
waiting for creeps.
backdoor protection.
Secret, you can feel the tension. They're like, get the Rex now. Get the Rex now. There's no buyback on Void, but the creeps are slow. They need to leap them forward.
Okay. They waited out. MP has a heart regen, so he doesn't care too much. YapzOr's still thinking about it. Now he pings out top. He wants top as well. Okay, he's gonna drop the ward.
They're going for the 2-for. They're gonna leave the PL mid. He'll take the melee there.
Oh, man, look at these
They
wards.
drop the wards for the tier 3. They kill off the creep wave. Some of them punishing the shrine as well, and still that melee has not fallen yet, but the tower's down. Mid one going to work on the melee top. 2 lanes of Rax, the 2-pronged assault, and Secret keep on whacking away. The PL gets 1 melee down. Now the second to fall. YapzOr and squad have done it. Great dodge. No, actually the sleep is going to catch him. MP though able to
the arrow caught mid one in the back line. Are they going to capitalize on that?
They need a lot more. The chrono comes through, but instantly stolen, lifted, and interrupted. Still the Earth Splitter connects all the same, so they'll have to save that chrono for a rainy day, but victory for Secret here. 2 lanes of Rex down. EG blue chrono defensively. Very little chance of a trade.
Yep. They got chrono, but they did give it the gem. Keeman Ricky did hold it for a long time. Finally, he does die. But huge pick off here by Team Secret. The fact that they chased so hard for YapzOr, the entirety of EG was very split apart. They used most of their chasing tools like leap, time walk, all that stuff, and then Secret turned on them. And are we gonna watch the turn? Yeah, this is gonna be the turn where Universe tries to jump over.
That was the very end of the chase when they gave up on diving YapzOr. And look how far away from the base they are. That also means the Shaman's not in position to help.
Yep.
Secret played that so well, and of course, YapzOr in particular really came up clutch. And then he eventually is able to steal the Rubik
the Serpent Wards.
Yep. The Shaman Serpent Wards, I should say.
Rubik Serpent Wards.
Yeah.
Let's hear here for a second.
So when is that Rubik Arcana coming, Bruno?
I mean, at this point, we don't know who wins. Are you disappointed though if it's gonna be a Pudge?
I mean, I like you. I also love both heroes.
I think they're both super fun. So.
Just saying.
I think this is one of the times where I know so many people went 24 and 24 on the votes. They're like, eh. Well, let's get back in the game. What can EG do now? It seems like they'll be charging bottom. Maybe they just want to take a Hail Mary fight to get a Rex.
He is there, though, to reveal this. However, he does get caught out. Hexed initially. The BKB lasso coming through. Good connection. Do they have the follow-up damage? Pumping it in from the side. Mid one tries to get the job done. Still the Rubik with the stolen chrono trying to get in position to set things up. He drops it and Crit walks into it. It's a triple catch by Yap, but they don't have the follow-up quite. It looks like they're lacking detection during this time. Can they get the kills? They rush forward onto Crit. Looks like Pale should be able to finish him up. Hexed up won't matter. Zai now surrounded and being dealt with by two. Yap stays alive with the Yules. The blink out still keeps on giving. The Spirit comes back. He goes for the TP, and finally Zai finally kills that goddamn Magus. But the Yules is there. TP interrupted. Tornado and revenge for Secret. 4 down. No buyback on RTZ. No buyback on Zai. He got YapzOr, but was it worth it?
The funny thing in that team fight was that Ricky was ushered away in the beginning of the fight. So, you know, they got a 3-man chrono, but they didn't have too much vision because Moonlight Shadow was going. And then YapzOr stole Moonlight Shadow, and then the exact same thing happened on the other side. You had a team fight 50 minutes in the game, and nobody could see each other because of Moonlight Shadow on both sides. But it doesn't matter now. Invoker, level 21, does have the full array of Alacrity as well as Force Spirit starting to work on the tower. But now they will go back, respecting the buyback of EG.
Yeah, he recognizes at this point just anything they can use to help assist the siege safely is going to be a big boon for the team. So he takes that second talent at 50 minutes into the game. But it's a great one. Extra Forge Spirit will make it safer to chip away.
And the beauty...
and Butterfly is almost done on MP, so he's going to be hitting a lot harder as well.
And the beauty of this quote-unquote skill build is that you get a talent every level. Oh, feels good. Next time he levels up.
It's like saving all the, you know, the best parts of the meal for last.
Yeah. All right.
Get all your veggies out of the way, and then the burger away.
Oh, that's the best part for me. I love the veggies. I guess I'm not a normal kid. That's why I'm casting Dota right now.
I don't think there are too many Dota players that love the veggies, but I could be wrong.
All right, we got a double damage rune right in front.
Veggies esports.
They need it. They need to take that DD right now. Yeah, because a new rune spawns. Well, anyways, Secret should be able to get this Aegis, but Crit is coming here to scout and gets scouted by a Ricky Illusion.
Can they contest? EG might have to try one TP. Gets cancelled, and KheZu ranges from above. Slow Roshan, but steady progress being made, and EG not showing many signs of really committing to this. Universe shadow blading forward like he wants to try and move towards that pit, but I think EG know it's just too long of a journey, and an unlikely one even should they arrive. Now they make their move under cover of Moonlight Shadow. They walk past a Riki Illusion. By the time they get in position, it's already too late.
They still want to fight this.
Claimed. They want to take the engagement, but the Peel Illusion surge forward, and they get onto the Shadow Shaman. Glimmer Cape retreat, but the chase is on, and mid one's there. Starts it off with the Yule Scepter, holding himself in position for now. Crit drops down and is in trouble as the Peel locks onto Miwa, the Bat Rider. Onto the back lines, he gets off the BKB lasso, trying to control that Elder Titan, but a really good chrono from Universe comes through. What can YapzOr do? He's stolen it. He bubbles up the Pugna, keeps him in place for now, and Secret have the extra lives. They've got the firepower running through the void, pummeling RTZ as well. Streak after streak being claimed here. Secret rampaging through EG.
GG.
A must-win game, and they do pull it off.
Wow.
They need to go 4-0 to avoid an 8-8 fate. They still have a shot. Small than AB, but Liquid and Fnatic are up next for them.
Wow. This game, it was EG being stronger. Or sorry, it was Secret being stronger, and then EG overtook them, and then Secret fought that phase so well, and then the Invoker came online once he got the levels. It was just a beautiful game of Dota, back and forth. Amazing. Amazing stuff.
EG probably a little frustrated with how that one turned out. Felt like there were a lot of weaknesses in Secret's lineup, but YapzOr just came online, man. He got all the right spells. Mid one carried the early game with Puppey's rotations. KheZu dominated top, and then as the game headed later, YapzOr and MP, they picked up the slack. It was truly a team effort from Secret, as much as, you know, the Yap show was in town. Everybody played their role.
Also, Ricky by Puppey, right? Like,
yeah, it was
everywhere.
Yeah. Him in mid one for the early game with KheZu, and then YapzOr and MP for late.
Yeah.
EG looking a little discombobulated, a little flustered. See if they can bounce back heading later today. Still in all right position as far as the groups go. They will need to get at least 1-2-0 here, I think, to be comfortable of having that straight upper bracket berth.
gonna be big.
Yeah,